Team, yeah, that pussy going viral. Put her on TikTok, but I don't got no time, ho. I ain't got no fucking time. Hey, let's get it.
Unless you never know.
You don't ever do it. Hey, you the type talking about it, you don't never do it. You the type concerned with the lanes with the school with. You the type gotta make it, don't use it. You the type show up to the spot shoeless. You the type talking about you gonna shoot it. You the type run away, I walk through it. You the type run away, I walk to it. You the type, you the type, you the type. Ain't coming at you low, this ain't fast shaming. You just play a role since you act famous. I'm back from distractions, laughing at cap, delusional fucks. Jupiter jump in my bag. Hurdles, reversals, I've been through rehearsals and workers. I tell you I'm tougher than that. I come to rap, roll up this smoke, you like blunts on my lap. They sent me a song, said wasn't some gas, it wasn't too bad. But wasn't all that, now they made a vid and I didn't react. Now they getting mad, to me this shit trash. I mean what you want, you seem angry as that. Your girl looking at me like maybe it's at no Uber available, take you a cab. In other words, find your own way to the back. The catch is safe in the stash. They can't fuck with me, it's making me laugh. You fake as a bitch and they're making a drag. I'm taking the chance while you taking a nap. Little bitch, I stay cleaner than fresh out the bath. My homie one shoot, he let off the mags. You corny as hell, better off trapping. Oh wait, you don't, little homie, what happened? Fuck it, you scuffed up my shoes, need a napkin. Can't believe I got involved in this madness. Bought me so tree and I ended up rapping. One day the world will see I'm the captain. Whoa, demons provoke me and made it a choke. Never been someone who hates it alone. You want this product to pay me before. You the type never just say that you broke. Ooh. You the type talking about it, you don't never do it. You the type concerned with the lanes with the school with. You the type gotta make it, don't use it. You the type show up to the spot shoeless. You the type talking about you gonna shoot it. You the type run away, I walk through it. You the type run away, I walk to it. You the type, you the type, you the type, hey.
Wake up. Yeah, it's Jeff, man. Yeah, it's time for introspection and reflection. You know what I'm talking about? Get me out. It's time to see us in a better place. Never knew an easy way. I'm not a follower, I choose to lead my own fate. All this conversation about change and feeling patient. So immersing on the side, we may settle on tomorrow. It's time to see us in a better place. Never knew an easy way. I'm not a follower, I choose to lead my own fate. All this conversation about change and feeling patient. So immersing on the side, we may settle on tomorrow. Just yesterday I spoke to chat about why Black Lives Matter around the table with executives on health business.
You're here with us, so what's the fuss? I mean, those things are gone. Don't get me wrong. Keep holding on. Why?
I nearly choked, so surreal, I'm in teal. Gather my thoughts, suppressing feels, calm expression, cause the stress kills. Self-awareness is my power as I keep it real. It's the open wound most will never seek to heal. I don't profess, I just confess, this my personal guilt. Until my color don't matter, you can't express on what I feel. Passions, we see what black Americans are deal. Names change, but the circumstances still the same. Whether it's Martin, Brown.
Yo! What the hell just happened? Damn internet, man. I'm in a rhythm. I hate being in a rhythm. You know when I got a show going, I'm in a rhythm. I'm going. I got an algorithm that I like to keep going. And damn you, Comcast, Xfinity, I don't give a shit what your name is now. Fix your internet. Especially doing the Nick Moses 05 Gaming Podcast. I don't give a shit any other time. Oh, sheesh. Sorry, guys. I'll finish this cup of Baca. This is another one. What? Oh, I know what this is. This is Malibu coconut rum. I can tell. And this is Tito's Baca. So let's just go ahead and take down the Baca. And we'll get back to the, what we were talking about. because we got rudely interrupted by the internet. So I do want to pull up on screen and continue to talk. But everything sound good? We good? Sounds good. Can everybody hear okay? Is there any problem with the sound? Can you guys hear the bang, 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 blowing up with the bombs? Can you hear that? Okay, yeah, Comcast. I don't know. It's like, man, they can pump so much damn power to you, but shit, when it goes down, man. Okay, so cheers, everybody. Man, I do not like drinking vodka, man. So if I start getting crazy, y'all help me, please. Holy shit. Okay. So and Magnus is right. I'm tripping on my Scottie Pippen. I need to drop that link. Oh my gosh, that hit my chest. Holy smokes, man. All right, here we go. That's the link. So we're gonna pull back. I'm gonna pull back up on screen what we were discussing before we were rudely interrupted. Okay, There we go. Bam. Okay, we should be good to go. Everything should be crystal clear. Good. Can you see? Now, Dead Specimen, my man. Dead Specimen, by the way, young OG. You guys need to pay attention. But the recent Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks are real, guys. It's not a joke. Okay? Rockstar Games has been demoralized by the massive data infiltration. I don't know how some people feel. Demoralized is a big word. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Let me go ahead because I'm gonna read through the article, but I want to jump to something that really is gonna probably what they say, ruffle your feathers. Might get you a little crazy here. Okay, so just walk with me on this one, guys. I'm here to say, and I'm gonna be the first one on record. You know what, Dead Specimen, I blame you for this. I'm gonna be the first one on record to say this whole entire thing is a setup. Hell, conspiracy theories, why not? I'm going to throw my hot take right now at the beginning. I think it's all done on purpose. What? Work with me on this. Work with me. A hacker hacks information for Grand Theft Auto 6, one of the biggest games that's about to be released. Now, let me ask every single one of you out there right now, if any one of you has raw footage or gameplay or actual files, whatever it may be, of Grand Theft Auto 6, what do you do? I'm going to tell you, majority of people, okay, majority of people, shout out a couple people tuning in. Joshua Drake, I see you right there. My man Muse, Micro Gaming Repairs, I see you. Shout y'all out. But I want to say, what would you do? Because I can tell you 90% of people would probably look at using it to get some sort of advantage. Okay, we got my man Dead Specimen said leak that. Okay, I'm with you, Dead Specimen. I'm not mad because you would leak it. But what would be the benefit? A lot of people have something in possession that is valuable. They tend to want to reap a reward from it. A lot of people, if you have a treasure of gold that you found, and some guy says, hey, I'll buy it off you for $10,000, I don't think you're going to sell it to him for $10,000, knowing it's a chest of gold and the amount it could be worth. Yeah, it's an instant $10,000, but it's much more. And I just think the leak of this information and the timing is so perfect. Leaked data, leaked everything, all the information. We get a couple gameplay videos, but we don't get everything. Now the person that is the hacker behind this, there were points where they're actually requesting, what do people want to see? They were putting out more videos. Okay, more videos. And if you don't believe me, hold on, I wasn't supposed to do this because I told myself, Nick, I'm going to be a good boy today. I'm going to be a real good boy. I don't want to get my channel banned. But I think it's only right. I pull this up. I pull up the video, but I will pull up the channel. And I do tuning in. I got you there. I got you, Magnus, Dead Specimen, Kyle. I got you guys. At any point, if anyone wants to jump in and say something about the hack, you can. Just let me know. I will add you in. We'll discuss. I have some questions for you. But I want to go ahead and pull this up on screen now. All right. Let's pull it up on screen. And I need some more Tito's. Hell, that Tito's got me litty. Shit. So this dude right here, yo, no lie, I was up at like 2 a.m. This dude had like 8 videos lined up of Grand Theft Auto 6. This is no lie. 8 videos. I was seeing everything, bro. Everything. This is last night. I didn't even want to say last night. This morning. Because it was 2 a.m. This dude had every video. Now, I'm not even going to play the video because I'm telling you, the video got flagged. All the other ones were taken down. You can go ahead. You see the guy's name. You guys can pull him up on your own. That video is still there. And for some reason, they have not taken that video down. YouTube does some crazy stuff. But that video is still up right there. Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked footage. Let's go even further. Let's put GTA 6 leaked footage. Because everybody's been spreading it. And look at that. Of course I'm not going to click on any of the videos. Hell, I love my channel. We worked too hard for this, fam. All of us. Y'all guys included. I'm not about to throw it in the tanker. Okay? We know what's going to happen. Last time I did Battlefield 2042 early footage. I'll never forget. EA spanked my ass something hard. Drop a bomb for EA. Let's go ahead and give a bomb for EA. They spanked my ass so hard, man. I never forgot that ass whooping, EA. Thank you. Thank you, EA. Sometimes you need to get popped. You just got to get popped, man. You know, and I ain't all for whooping kids' asses and stuff, but hey, sometimes you just got to get popped. And EA gave me a good ass popping. That's a little wild. I don't want to say that. Do I got the... That's a little wild. The ass popping. I don't want to say that. That's a little, you know. EA gave me a good rocker with the fist. There you go. That's shit. I got to dodge that. But as you see, all this is leaked footage. So look at the time frame. 17 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 1 hour ago. And this one says GTA 6, all leaked gameplay footage. So an hour, they combined all the footage, about an hour of leaked footage. So if you guys want to see any of the leaked footage, now's the time. Now's the time to take your ass on YouTube after this. Don't you take your ass there right now. Okay, but after this, I want you to go ahead and check these out. Okay, they'll be there. They'll be all over. They're leaked. They're out there. They're not dodging us now. It's not going to be, oh, they magically got rid of all the videos. That shit's not happening now. Trust me, it is not happening. So let's go ahead and X that out because we have the other article, okay? A hacker has infiltrated Rockstar Games' internal servers and sold 3 gigabytes worth of early GTA 6 footage, photos, and source code for the game. The hacker, who also claimed credit for damaging the Uber hack. For those who don't know, Uber had a big hack, and I don't even know if I have that. I might actually have information on that because I do remember Uber having that big ass hack. But I ain't even gonna go to it. But nonetheless, this is the same guy. And I don't doubt hackers. Like you guys might think like, oh, yeah, taking credit for every hack. No, trust me, man. Hackers, these are people who understand security systems and the way they work. Someone like I seen Dead Specimen. Dead Specimen, a young person that understands a lot about computers. As you age and as you get into the field of technology, you learn more. So, for instance, I was the guy in my college class that had the laptop that they gave to everyone else, by the way. Everyone had the laptop, but my laptop was running Killer Instinct, all the main ROMs. You know, I had controllers hooked up. We were playing NBA 2K in the lunchroom. Yo, I was that dude. Nobody else knew. Then there was somebody else who might have more knowledge in networking, but I soon started gaining that knowledge in networking. So that's just how it goes, man. So you don't ever underestimate a hacker. They will be on your ass, bro. Hackers will release your whole life. If you guys don't believe me, watch some of the stuff out there that the government has out there. There's videos out there that they have out there. Believe me, all our driver's licenses are probably out there in the hands of some Russian dude. Who the hell knows? All our IDs, social security cards, all that shit. It's out there. We've all dealt with some form of identity theft. Hackers can do that shit easily. Easily. And they sleep. Getting your identity is nothing. Hell, if somebody like me can sit here and reverse engineer certain things and get some information from you, I could imagine what a damn hacker could do. Okay. but reporters with sources close to Rockstar Games had confirmed the leaks are authentic. Drop a bomb. We got to drop a bomb. That was one thing I was hearing from everybody. Are the leaks authentic? Are they authentic? Is this real? Because I think it was Near Automata. Okay, I don't know how you pronounce it. Near Automata, whatever. But there was actually, someone said there's a hidden room and you have to hit this wall like 100 times. And there was people going crazy searching for this. And believe it was just a mod. So if this is a mod, holy hell did you go through everything to get a damn mod working like this? Now, hold on. My man, I got a couple people. Okay, I got my man, Dead Specimen. So I'm going to bring him in. Now, this is the young OG, guys. I got to bring Dead Specimen in on this. Let me pull me up full screen first and bring my man Dead in. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I got you in.
Can you hear me?
You know, a little
Can you hear me?
but I can hear you fine. I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me, sir?
Sweet.
Can you hear me? Okay, all right. We got a little delay going, but it's all good. We work through delays. We've done that before. I don't know why it didn't pull up your, usually it pulls you up side by side where we can see your little letter.
Well, and
of your name.
we're
Hell,
kind of almost about having tornado warnings right now, so that might be part of the reason.
Oh, man. So everybody, first of all, man, we're going to go ahead and send prayers your way, man. Everybody right now send prayers to Death Specimen. We don't want no tornadoes or no shit. If you need to continue this podcast in the bathtub of your basement, just let me know. You know what I mean? We can. hey.
Wait, who told you I had a bathtub in my basement?
You're a fool, man. So let me talk to you. You are someone I want to ask one question, and then I want to hear what your side is. But I threw out the hot take that this was all planned, that this was, I don't want to say a plan by Rockstar, but a marketing ploy to see and get a feel for what the reception would be for a Grand Theft Auto 6 that has a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5 assets involved with some new things, but just to get a feel what people would, say about it. What do you think of that?
I think, honestly, that's kind of unlikely, mainly because I think there's sort of two problems with that theory. Number one, hacks are like basically as common as someone pointing out that the sun rose. It's so common now. Cyber attacks are such a common and sensationalized thing at this point that I think we're almost at a point where people just don't give a damn anymore. It's like, oh, Rockstar got hacked. Cool. All right, who's going to get hacked tomorrow? Oh, Apple got hacked. Wow, awesome. Oh, Sony got hacked the day after. So I don't think a hacking is really as effective of a tool of publicity as it once was. That, number one. And number two, Nick, did you die? Did Nick die? What happened? Can y'all hear Nick? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all still hear me? That'd be hilarious if I'm the only one on here now. That hijack is. I stole the show.
So we back. Okay, something happened with my internet. It was all me.
Nick, I stole your show for a minute.
I love that. You know what? From now on, I would love it if they just had a button that when I drop out, it just gives you the damn show. You know what I mean?
Shut up, Rick.
Nice.
I was gonna say I was really confused on why I was just sitting on you blowing your cheeks for like a good minute straight.
Now let's see how we can do this. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're getting us back. Now we're back. We're back. Okay.
Okay. How much did you hear? If you didn't hear any of it, I'll just TLDR it.
Audience heard everything. That's special, but I didn't hear you go through anything. Okay. So,
okay. I'll TLDR it so that the whole stream doesn't have to hear me say it again. Basically, hacks are common. They're really common now. People don't get as freaked out by them as they used to, especially when like WannaCry happened. That was like the big thing that scared everybody. Same thing with Spectre and Meltdown on Intel CPUs. People are not as absolutely terrified of hacks as they once were. So yeah, it's going to get them some publicity for a day or two. Afterwards, no one's going to give a damn. So that's number one. Number two, I think it's going to be a boy who cried wolf situation where a lot of these leaks that happen. Like, I don't know why, but this might get a bit controversial, but it's like calling election fraud. Calling a hack is now turned into this thing where whenever that's said, whenever a hack happens, everyone assumes it was an inside job, that the company did it for publicity. And it happens every time. Recently, it's happened with every election. So, at this point, you're either setting your idea or you're not setting your idea on either of those sort of opinions. And a lot of people believe that this is the case just because, kind of back to what I was saying, where this is so common now that it's, almost comical how common it is. And I guess the idea people are getting is like, oh, you can't get hacked that much. Yeah, you kind of can. You can have really bad security as a big company. I had for my school, we had a bunch of laptops we had set up,
Okay.
but we had to do a clean install of Windows onto them. But we couldn't actually boot off the flash drive because we needed to get into the BIOS, but it was locked with a password. And because it was a laptop, you can't just take the battery out to reset the password. So all I had to do was Google a website, type in the serial number, and it was able to key gen the BIOS password. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we think is so secure that, oh, it's password protected, it's X protected, it's Y protected, it's protected with a big 600-pound burly dude that's 7 foot tall. Yeah, well, a bullet can stop that, and there's plenty of digital bullets that can stop a lot of security that we think is top notch. So I think this is real, and I think that this. I mean, I saw a tweet that was like Take-Two hires private investigators, so they're going to figure out who this dude is. And you know what? Maybe he's in China, in which case he'll never get caught. Maybe he's in Russia, in which he'll probably get the personal private protection of Putin. It's very possible that this guy will either he's in a country in which they don't give a damn, or he's in literally any other country and he's going to get screwed hard.
So let me ask you this. I threw out, and that was great, explanation of what you mentioned. In politics, it does happen. In politics, a lot of times you just, hey, they did that, and I could say it's easy for Rockstar to throw this out as a ploy. Does this hurt Rockstar?
I don't know exactly why it would. I will say that there were a few people who were, throwing out the generic, this looks so like last gen thing. But I'm gonna be real here. The people who say that are too stupid to warrant their business, because this is a game that I don't even think we're supposed to know exists wrong. They might have thrown a few things out. They might have just said like, oh, this is happening, but we knew nothing beyond it happening, and I think someone had said something about the female protagonist. So other than that, we knew nothing about this game. So the fact that someone went in and leaked a game that we basically knew nothing about, and people are complaining on how it looks, I'm sorry, you're just too dumb to even have an opinion on video games, nor to buy video games. I'm surprised that you haven't decided to never earn money because you think that dollars look too old.
And I'm gonna tell you,
they're the kind of person to say that the Canadian dollar is outdated because the Queen just died.
Yo, you speaking facts right now. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people do not realize that, one, just because something's uploaded at a time doesn't mean that that's the time they had it. That could be the alpha build from 2019.
That was,
right?
I think someone else had said that this the build. I don't know how they figured this out. This could be just total bullshit. So obviously take this with like a room-sized grain of salt. Apparently the build they had was a year old. So we're talking about a year-old game that's not even really coming out for 2 more years. So a 3-year-old from what should be the final build. Yeah, it's probably not going to look very pretty or good.
I'm with you.
Granted, with how AAA games have been in the past 7 years, I wouldn't expect it to be good 2 years post-release date, but I digress.
Yeah, I'm with you. And looking at it, first of all, I mean, let's be honest. Grand Theft Auto 5, the story was great. I loved it. But that was the end for me. The online is what made the money. That's what made the money. And if they followed or used some assets from the previous version, let me ask you this. Let me clarify some things. In-game development, like you mentioned, a lot of people do not understand how much goes into development cycles. For instance, the alpha versus a beta build. When people see this, what do you think the general consensus is when an average person sees this? Do you think majority of people think this is like the full game, or do you think majority of people do realize that this is, just a work in progress?
I would like to believe, and especially with the people I hang around with, that it's the most people that realize this is an alpha, beta, zeta, omicron, delta, whatever build of the game. But I think especially with a game as popular as Grand Theft Auto, because okay, if this was Half-Life or Garry's Mod, you're localizing it for the most part to PC players. Some PC game. When you're a PC player, I would argue that there's a sharp uptick in likelihood that you kind of have an idea of the game development cycle, especially with graphics card patches and all that kind of stuff. With patches to make it work with newer hardware and all that kind of stuff. You're more aware of the continuous development cycle versus a console game, and honestly a game that I'd argue is console at heart. I mean, it came out on the PS3 and Xbox 360, and the PC version, honestly, I mean, a lot of people, minus the mods, a lot of people think it's kind of a crappy port. At least from what I've seen, it's not optimized very well. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I at least the loading times at least are terribly optimized, even on my SSD.
Yeah.
When you have a game this mainstream, you're going to get people, like my siblings, who might look at this and not realize that this is a game 2 years out, at least, and from a version of the game that was made when this game was 3 years out. And so I think for this game in particular, you're going to have a lot more lean towards people not realizing what part of the cycle this is in. It's an interesting question though, because I really do think it depends on the game, and who the game is targeted for.
No, I'm with you on that. And looking at the videos, there were a lot of things that I seen that show development. It's capturing certain parts, even the dialogue. You started seeing certain different interactions happening on the side at the time with the dialogue. So if it was fake, I was like, oh, someone went through, hell and beyond to damn near make a new game to fake it. So I'm glad it was confirmed.
What's the net total in time of the leaked footage? Like how long, how much time do you need to watch it all?
So from what I seen, an hour, 1 hour.
Ooh, okay. So that's a good amount of time, but okay. So obviously Rockstar confirmed that, like, yes, this happened, but that's an interesting thought. I mean, you give yourself a year or two. I can make an hour's. Give me a few years and a lot of classes. I could probably fake an hour's worth of GTA footage.
And I never put it past anybody. So I want to bring in Kyle, because Kyle did ask to come in on this subject, which you both are young gentlemen that are very hip to what's going on in the scene. Kyle, can you hear me?
Hey, we got the KD.
Yeah.
Oh man, Kyle, no go G. So Kyle, as Dead Specimen has went over some of these things, what do you think about Dead Specimen's take on what it is? Now, I had the hot take that this is marketing conspiracy, that it was done on purpose. That was my hot take. But what do you say?
There's no way that they would show specific debug menus, because they are showing they're using an open source piece of software for the debug menus. And you just wouldn't do that. I'm sorry. But like, you'd want to have as much credit going to you as possible. But if you look at what they're using for their debug menus, it is identical to what Restream uses. I have the Rona right now, just that kind of sound. Yeah. Anyways, some other thing. The year it is from. Okay. We look in the debug menus, we can see some information. We could see driver versions. We could see the Windows version, and we could see video card. The build came out. post 2019 because they are using the version of Windows called 1909, which is November of 2019.
Can I push back on that just a little bit? It is very possible that they just don't update their systems.
Is
Sure.
that possible,
I'm
Kyle?
saying
Is
the
that possible?
minimum. Did you not hear what I said? The minimum. I specified. It has to have come out post 2019.
Oh, that's
I see what you're saying.
that's fair.
Yeah. It is using a 3080 video card on at least this one that I see here. And I haven't actually checked driver version.
Wait, it's using a 3080? Okay,
It
so
is
at minimum it's 2020, right?
I'm pretty sure 3080 came out late 2019.
And I thought
20
I don't know why
20 series was 2018, 30 series was 2020, and then 40 series is this year, I believe.
Okay. And
Someone fact check us.
So drivers would typically be updated more often.
Can someone fact check us?
So the driver version seems to be from 2021. So there's that.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
I just want to say, I thought just looking at the footage, every time something's leaked. So, for instance, if I take a trip and I'm going to Florida, I'm not going to post the shit when I'm at Florida. So you could just come to my house and ransack it. I'll post it a month later. So I didn't doubt when it was posted that it was old as hell.
So wait, what I'm wondering though is, so was this did the guy like steal a build of the game, and did Nick? Oh no, never mind. It's just me lagging. Did this guy steal a copy of the game and then record it himself, or did Rockstar just have footage of the game and he stole like MP4 files?
Well,
And
that's another thing we can assume from the fact that they are using the exact same computer with what seems to be the same drivers for both a 2080 Super and a 3080. That they were probably done on an actual test bench.
Huh, that's interesting, because I don't know what idiot thought to just have footage of their game laying around, because at least you can DRM a game in like a heavy-handed, we have to connect to an internal server for the game to run. You can't really do that with a video file, so someone really messed up in just letting that stuff sit on the server.
Yeah, and I want to say this about the guy hacking Uber a moment ago. I seen somebody mention that. Let me ask, as younger gentlemen, you guys, what is it about the new generation with hackers? Is there some sort of like underground where a lot of the Generation Z, the younger people coming up, kind of want to have this, I don't want to say control over everything, but it almost seems as though the younger generation has good concept of the way this tech works, as both of you are showing now. You guys understand it.
So, first of all, me and Dead Specimen both have no lives outside.
Yes, yes, I'm going to vouch for that.
Anyways, okay, so
love y'all, man.
I can't think.
Okay, so
I had something in my head, but I lost it.
And Joe, Joe wants to come in as well. We'll just, turn. I know my man Joe. I want to bring Joe in, but that's best. You got something to say before I bring Joe.
So where I was going to go with that was that I think you could almost honestly, I'm agreeing with you on that, Nick. The best way I could put this is put this in the context of literally any other technology ever created in human history, where you guys have to learn it. We lived it ever since I was born, give or take a few years, but basically ever since I was born. And same thing with Kyle. And Kyle, I don't know, one of us beat each other out only by a few months, I think. I don't think any of us are like significantly older than the other.
You are older.
Yeah. So you especially, I don't know, again, it might be just by a few months, but you especially, every moment of your life, you have had this kind of technology around you. And the world has adapted to it, and we have just, we would have to adapt in the other direction. And so when we kind of live and breathe this stuff, and we know, like, we've been made very clear to us that in the future that this will be how our future runs entirely, we get a better idea than I think anybody from maybe millennials would do fine, but anyone older than that is when you really get into territory where there's a certain level of learning that you can't really physically get because, when this stuff is around in our early development stages, that's how you think about it and how you can adapt to it, compared to someone who grew up without it at all or very little, maybe had it in their school computer lab and nowhere else until they were 30 and had $10,000 to spend on a crappy computer. It is kind of a whole different world for us compared to a lot of older people.
Yeah,
No,
like
you're preaching, man. You're preaching. Go
so
ahead.
my dad was a computer guy in my family, right? So like when I was really young, like 4 or 5, he built a computer for me and put it in my bedroom. So, like I've just always had access to it, and like it was connected to a domain server, so I had early knowledge in Windows networks and all that stuff.
I just started off with a Nintendo DSi at age like 7, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
And the reason I wanted to harp in on that is because when you mentioned hacking and how people don't understand how easy it is to hack. And I remember my first time learning how to hack a web password or a WPA password. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've learned the world. But you're right. That's me learning it. I could imagine you living it, experiencing all the time. You know how serious you might be, more likely to carry a phone without internet than I am, because you understand what can come with it.
I might even push back to a certain extent on that. You're totally right, but at the same time, I mean, Kyle, you're a little. I'm gonna be real bit of a nut job on this. I respect it, but you are a little bit of a nut job on it to a certain extent. But I'm almost in the camp of I am kind of shit with my OPSEC because I'm fully aware of the risks. And maybe saying it like that's wrong, but the fact that I'm willing to just kind of not give a shit what apps look at my location or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm fully aware of the risks, and I just don't care. That's one of the big things, is that you've got a lot of people who they don't know, they don't care because they don't know the risks. I don't care because I know the risks, and we're kind of in a world right now where you really need to just know the risks. If I know what the worst case scenario is for what my technology is doing to me, I can minimize the damage. Phone, where all I do is watch YouTube and talk to friends and say weird conspiracy theories on a podcast.
And,
yeah,
like,
chances are all buying going on my phone isn't that big of a deal. But if I have another phone that I've put like a Linux custom ROM on that I communicate through Signal only, and maybe every once in a while send an encrypted email, and I only talk to people about important stuff in an empty room. Well, there you go. Nothing that I need to keep private is not private, and everything I need to keep private is done in a private manner. And oh no, some app leaked the fact that I went to a fucking bar, or that I decided to watch a YouTube video on cringy Deltarune fanfics. Oh no, my life is ruined. But no, people put all their eggs in one basket, and I think it's to a certain extent a problem with older generations and some newer generations that only use their phones for Snapchat.
Scare me, man. Like if I'm talking right now and Alexa listening to me, you know what I mean? Google listening.
Here's the thing, Moses, you damn well know you're on the FBI watch list.
Yeah, I've been on the list for a long time.
Yeah, but you also are. Keep in mind,
we all three of us are. All three of us are.
Max consoles.
Yeah, they got my ass. If they got screenshots of Max console before it got taken down, I'm right there, man. All three of us are on the watch list.
So then
we all hot as hell. We messed up.
Back to the Uber hack.
I'm gonna bring my man Joe in because Joe did have something to say on the subject.
Let me
grill our asses
about the Uber hack real quick.
My man Joe, what is on? How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great, Nick. How are you? My friend supposedly is sending me. He's actually uploading it privately. Let's see if this works. Probably can't see that because of the glare.
We've been ignored.
It's the raw videos. Now I'm listening to three of you gentlemen speak. Is this real or is this not real? But you guys forgot something very important. Wait, are you guys still there?
Yes.
Yeah, we're good.
Hang on. Before you get into that part, I need to say something really quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, the Uber hack, it is not the same person. The Uber hack was a team.
Thank you,
Okay?
Kyle.
They publicly boasted about them doing it immediately.
Oh wow.
That is what the Uber hackers did. They were not smart. They were quite stupid. They just immediately were like, yeah, we got access through this IT guy. We also have all your data now, and
yeah. So get this. I'm listening to you gentlemen talk about, is the video real? When was it made? Is it real? Is it fake? When was it made? So this is what you guys forgot to say. All you need to do is take the video and look at the metadata and see when it was made.
that won't work on YouTube. You are very
no. If you have the raw, supposedly, I don't know if it's real or not. My friend's sending me the raw footage. When I was at work, someone posted the archive for the game footage. It said that the person included music videos and also raw gameplay. So if this is real or if it's not real, I'll look at the metadata, but I have no idea if it's real or not. So
we know it's a real leak. That is confirmed, right? What we were discussing is if it was leaked by Rockstar.
And I want to say this, Kyle. I'm glad that you are on that with the real leak. Now, we have articles out there. It has been confirmed. But, Kyle, from your standpoint, what did you see? If you've seen any of these videos, what are the things that you look for to confirm that these things are real versus a mod or just someone doctoring it up?
Okay, well, a few things here. Take-Two killed it immediately. DMCA strike, gone. The videos themselves are quite long. There's a lot of information in them, and like it would take months to do this. You'd have to basically make the entire game, make it look good. You'd have to have the ray tracing because you could tell ray tracing.
Now,
so you'd either have to have a AAA development team that made the fake version, in which case, why not just make your own game? Or just like, it's either that who spent millions of dollars on it already to leak it, or it's.
I saw.
So with the hack, how do you know that it was someone different? We got someone in the chat saying it's the same guy. What information do you use?
Can I ask a different question? Who the hell cares? Who cares? Why does it matter?
Okay, listen. Here's what's happening. Right? The guy saw the Uber guy and wanted the publicity for him. That's what it is. They are not.
There's 1,000 other different hacks. Pretend you're the Nintendo leaker. Remember the Giga leaks? Pretend you're that guy. Why the fucking Uber hack? Because that guy leaked possibly
main news.
So did that guy leak personal info, or was that just what did that leak even entail? Because I didn't hear about that.
They didn't actually leak anything either. That's the thing.
In the in the private chat room, somebody said you can't believe anything what people say. It was like a 4 or 6 gigabyte archive. It has music videos and it has raw music and it has gameplay. He's gonna upload it to me privately because the link got taken down very quickly. So I'm gonna check it out and see what it is.
Joe, PM me that on Facebook.
Yeah, same.
Yes, we'll do.
Also, not on Facebook. You don't have Discord, do you?
No, he doesn't. Even though we fished him for like 2 years to get one.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. I'm not hating on the game. I'm a big GTA fan. I've been playing GTA, when you guys didn't even know what PS2 was. Me and Nick, because we're old. Here's the deal. If you look at the game's graphics look very shitty. It looks like it's either rushed or let's just say it's fake. Let's just say, pretend. If it's fake, it's probably a combining of games. Because when I first saw the little clip of it, I swear to God, I thought it was Cyberpunk in that cafe that Nick was covering over the video.
I have to interject real quick because I just remembered this.
That's why we got y'all here. Let's hear it.
Do you guys remember? Oh my God, when was this? This had to have been like over 5 years ago when ISIS tried to make a recruitment game based on Grand Theft Auto. Do y'all remember that?
I think I remember that. Okay.
No.
So I
wouldn't
wouldn't.
either.
Review Tech USA did a good video on it. I wouldn't honestly put look. I do believe this is real. I wouldn't put past someone though to be able to make a Grand Theft Auto ripoff. Like it's very easy apparently.
Okay, and
Yeah.
it's possible.
Because
but
when he's open world,
what
only
Kyle
for
said-
experience.
Kyle specifically said that Take-Two were quick to jump on these. So if it was fake, I would agree. I wouldn't think Take-Two would really even care.
But here's the
I
deal,
mean,
Nick.
here's the thing though. I mean, a lot of games look very similar nowadays. There are some games, Breath is a great example of a game that has its own unique art style, but a lot of these AAA games look very similar. Who's to say that these guys didn't make such a banger game that it actually did kind of look like the GTA 6 alphas, and they got confused and were like, "Fuck, we don't know. Let's be safe and take it down."
I can't say it. You're right.
But here's the deal. Let's say it's fake. Let's just say it's fake.
Okay.
Just hypothetically. Maybe the reason why they jumped and they took it down was because the game looked like shit, and they said, wait a minute, people are going to get so disappointed with this. I don't know.
That's totally fair. I'm with you on that. That's totally fair.
Okay.
Didn't
But,
they
I mean,
already say
you know,
they confirmed it was real? But not just that. Not just that. Nobody has that budget to even make that. I'm sorry. Even if it was that bad of graphics.
Yo,
There's no way there's that budget
I
for
mean,
a fake video that you cannot
think-
They
monetize.
don't necessarily. Here's the thing. They didn't necessarily need to make this from scratch. The Gary's Mod 2 beta has been out for a while, and it runs on Source 2. So it's very possible that they could have forgotten that. I mean, I haven't seen what it's like because it's been in a closed beta for like fucking 17 decades now. But
Yeah,
Now,
well,
this also might be combined footage.
it
If it is
I mean,
fake.
yeah, I mean, it could be that or some pre-made sandbox game
it
that
is
they just
not
maybe
combined
modified in
footage.
some way to make it look more like a linear kind of sort of like sandbox, but with story mode game like not Gary's Mod, fucking Grand Theft Auto is.
Yeah.
I'm with Joe. Joe said one thing that was very on. Let's play and say, hey, it's fake. And let's play both of them. From what we get from Kyle, based on what you've seen, I don't know if you've seen, let me ask, did you see any of the videos first?
I have seen a little bit of some of them.
Now, have you dealt with any development of games as well? Do you have the understanding how that works?
Oh yeah, I completely understand that what they're doing is impossible if they're not going to be able to make money from it.
So
Unless
what
it's some
is-
guy who has a huge backing. And even then, he'd have to pay somebody else to do it for him. And then that person would have come out and said something.
Who's to say this guy hasn't done other hacks in the past in which he's stolen a lot of money?
Cool. So then you're admitting that they can do hack that specimen.
Get the
Yeah,
money.
that's right.
You know,
Yeah, you're right.
fair
Yeah.
enough. That's well, okay, yeah, but a lot of people also suck with their Bitcoin wallets and keeping secure. So this guy could just be some like script kiddie that did some basic shit to steal some money from people, and then was
And
like,
paid
"All
somebody
right, well, I got
millions of
money.
dollars to make a fake game.
Yeah,
And
let's
then
make a
have
game."
those people not come up and say it's fake.
Yeah, and not only that,
Yeah, well,
this
yeah.
is
It's been done in the past. Grand
biggest
Theft Auto
leak.
does not qualify as a game anymore.
I'll mention that. But the biggest leak, this is the big. So let's play the other side of it. If you're the hacker, what benefit do you have in leaking this?
Wow.
What benefit? What is it?
Blades and glory.
Publicity.
Okay. Now, in the hacker community, especially for you younger gentlemen,
I'm sorry. I love how we all unanimously agreed just immediately.
Yeah.
like Lori, yeah, it's all for the fame. So for the younger gentlemen coming up, that specimen, let me ask Kyle. For me, I think simply like, hey, it ain't worth that. Like, I'd rather get profit than glory. For the younger generation coming up, how big is it to have that fame? Is fame more important than money?
They could not have sold it. Period. Nobody would buy it. Nobody would believe it.
I have an idea, possibly.
How would they not have been able to sell that?
I have an idea. If just that possibly profit not in this hack alone, but in look what I can do. Hey, other hacker groups, recruit me. And this guy might be getting messages behind the scenes saying, "You've proven yourself. Come join our group, and you can make millions." That's, the publicity wasn't you and I going, "Holy shit, this dude's good." The publicity was some other group going, "Holy shit, this dude's good."
Now, I have a question for anybody who heard about this. I just heard about this late this afternoon because I was busy working. Is this going to be a story mode, or is this going to be only online, or nobody knows about it?
So
from what I heard,
I've been hearing the word protagonist thrown around, so assuming there's a protagonist, I'd assume it's the story mode.
I swear to God, if it's online only, I'm not going to even fucking pirate it or buy it.
Hey, you couldn't have pirated it if it was online only. Because
You can still pirate stuff that's online with the Switch. They dump
Jack Off Box. Y'all ever play Jack Off Box? That game works pirated.
yeah, well, that's because they have terrible security. That's because they're stupid.
they don't care.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
They want
If you
you to
pirate
buy
it, you cannot play it online.
I know.
The people
Oh.
who crack it would have to write their own software and have their servers still stay online. Rockstar doesn't actually host their servers if they're peer-to-peer, but they still have servers that are connecting them to each other.
They better have a good story mode, not like one of these like half. I guarantee you that this game's going to be busted like fucking Cyberpunk. I'm sorry, Cyberglitch 404. Guarantee it's going to be busted.
Looked at it. I'm gonna be honest.
404.
It looked legit.
Not fair.
It followed the storyline with the protagonist that is supposed to be in Vice City, some Bonnie and Clyde style. Okay, the talking, the voice acting sounded real. Okay, you got to go above and beyond to get that racist voice that I was hearing. Okay, that man, he was good. Okay, I said, holy shit, that's real voices right there. So it was so many little things that I agree with Kyle, but I don't put nothing past anybody. Okay, it is possible that
This is gonna be a repeat of Halo Infinite, where it's not gonna be necessarily that it's glitchy, but that it's just gonna have a lot of features in whole missing, and it's like they're gonna do some shit where it's like, oh, online mode is released, but wait 2 years for story mode to come out.
It's
Do you know what's
possible,
amazing?
but not plausible. Okay.
Not going off subject or anything, but you know what's amazing with how big Halo is for Microsoft? You don't hear anybody talking about the new Halo game. Nobody talks about it. Because it was such a big disappointment, everyone got pissed off with it. You don't hear anybody.
Everything's a huge disappointment. I think this whole talk is like, honestly, it really does seem to point back to how all of these companies are completely missing the mark. And let's be real here. I think if a lot of these companies just started going back to their fucking roots of just making good games. And yeah, I'm not saying that it would stop. I'm not saying it would stop hacks. That would be silly. But a lot of the reasons why these games take so long, and, like Grand Theft Auto 6, I would argue it had no reason to take as long as it did. Why did they do it? Because they knew that they could milk Grand Theft Auto 5 for all that it was worth. They could have had this game out in 2020. I could bet a good amount of money that if they had actually just given a damn about going, oh, this game did very well, let's make another one but better, that they could have gotten that out in 2020.
See,
but they
here's
didn't.
the deal that you guys missed. When me and Nick were your ages, we went to go to the store and buy a game. It wasn't broken. The game worked. Now you pay more money.
Unless, let me make a point. Unless it's an indie game, because 90% of indie games run fine. Look at any Toby Fox game, and I'm not even a fan of his. People go fucking crazy over him, but his games are pretty much always good when they come out. Look at any indie game, or most indie games, and look at pretty much any Nintendo game, any recent Nintendo game. Yes, Nintendo's a scummy company. Yes, they are very overbearing with their copyright. At least they can put out a damn good game always.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like going to the movies or buying a movie and say, oh, I'm going to watch a new movie tonight. I'm going to watch a new Spider-Man, number 600. You bring it home, you watch it. Oh, nope, can't finish the movie. The director fell asleep.
Gotta get the day one patch.
Day one
patches are so stupid.
It's so stupid.
Dude, I literally would not put it past movie studios to actually start releasing new versions of movies, not like remasters or just outright reboots. Re-release the same movie with a scene or two changed because some
Star Wars did that.
Well, yeah, wasn't there someone with like Han shooting first or something like that?
No, it was on they changed a single line from a single character. It's not like it was like anything that they said bad. It was
The
just so they would
entertainment,
be consistent with the
the
new version.
entertainment. I'm gonna make a blanket statement right now. The people are like, oh, the video game industry's fucked because all they do is make shooters, or oh, the movie industry is fucked because all they do is make crappy romance stuff. The entertainment industry is fucked as a whole. We're gonna just be bored apes in a few years because all of the entertainment industry is gonna collapse because they could figure out how to make good shit again.
You're
At least
100%
we'll have a
right.
nice yacht club.
Because here's the deal. Look at this. Look
Bored
at
Ape Yacht Club.
perspective. We're getting the same games from the PS4 to the PS5. Same thing with Xbox. Oh, we're made a new digital remaster. Who gives a fuck? Make something new. Same thing with the movies. Oh, we're gonna make a reboot.
You know,
Makes
it just hit me. This just hit me. Who's a company that owns I guess you could argue, a video game system that has not had a significantly bad release in the lifetime of the system? Fucking Meta. Why has the Quest not had a absolutely atrocious release in the few years it's been out? Hell, the Steam Deck. I mean, the Steam Deck's a PC, sure, but like the Steam Deck, it technically hasn't had a bad release on it. Well, it's had bad releases, but none as catastrophically failed as some of the shit that. Well, I guess I'm more so talking about Valve as a company. Valve usually puts out good games, except for that one fucking Dota card game, but that was a side game. Valve put out good games. Nintendo put out good games. Meta fucking somehow puts out good games, which again shocks me. You'd think Facebook of all companies would be one to fuck up game design.
I'm sorry. What games did Facebook put out that were good?
Yo, hold on. Before
The answer.
I want to say this because that is something that has been a common discrepancy with Facebook. I have a Quest 2, and I'm not gonna lie, they got some pretty damn good games. But
they weren't done by Facebook.
Yeah, they were owned by Facebook-owned companies. Facebook themselves have made next to nothing, but still, technically. Well, actually, no. I'll put that into perspective because Sony, most of Sony's games are made by second-party developers. I can't tell you a single game that like Sony Entertainment made themselves.
Facebook has no games they made. Period. What are you talking about?
Right? Does Sony have any either?
You got to watch how you talk about Facebook.
That's not what I'm saying.
us.
That's not what I'm saying. Sony, sure, they didn't actually make their own games. I'm saying, but they're still technically branded as Sony games. Facebook doesn't have that, except for their stupid friggin' metaverse.
Now, before I go off track,
which was a big fail.
I want to get back to Grand Theft Auto 6, but let me ask you, Kyle. Since
we're stuck here now.
We're talking about the Quest.
Kyle's angry.
What do you think the future is for VR, Kyle? Let me ask you that, because I'm going to tell you, there's only certain major players right now. We got Facebook, we got PlayStation, and we got TikTok. Those are really the major players right now.
They have VR and TikTok?
Yeah.
Pico,
the Pico headsets are like effectively the Oculus Quest of China, and ByteDance owns that company.
Oh wow!
No. Also Valve.
Okay.
No, Valve's a different tier because Valve is just PC VR. It's just a way to play the same thing, and also it's only for the 1%. Let's be real.
Yeah, but it's so much better than all the other.
Right. But living in a mansion to a certain extent is so much better than living in a trailer park. But that doesn't mean that it's like the gold standard of home living.
This is my feeling on it. The Gen Z, I guess. I don't know what you want to call them, not your guys' age, but people that are younger, let's say 4 or 5.
Gen Alpha, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, they're going to live in the metaverse full time. It's going to be, there's this conspiracy theory going
on. That shit.
Yeah, there's a conspiracy going around. It's going to be like, you will own nothing and you will be happy. Here's your headset. You work your virtual job online, filling up food containers or something. Nick, last year, did a video a very, very long time ago, where someone was working from home stocking a store. I don't know if you remember that video, Nick. That's what's going to happen. People are going to be living in their fucking, 1x1 apartment rooms, wearing their, Oculus headset or, Mark Zuckerberg bullshit set, and that's what they're going to do.
Zuckerberg, excuse me.
I remind you how slow that is. They have no sense of anything. They can't tell if they actually grab something or if they're slightly behind it and knock it over. That is not going to happen.
We're getting there, though.
Metaverse. That is also not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Here's my take,
Everybody
though.
hates that.
I know Nick wants to get off this topic, so I'll keep this short. But look, I'm
Damn it, wanted to keep
maybe.
going.
But here's the thing. That Facebook, or at least their VR industry, is going to be dead in 5 years. I'm calling it. Okay. As much as I love the Quest 2, and I think the Quest Pro is going to be a great headset, Valve. Ooh, what the fuck is that noise? Who is shitting themselves? Oh, Nick died. That's what happened.
Oh shit!
Again, I'm there.
No, you're here.
You die. All we heard was.
I'm like, I'm here now. I'm actually here for once.
No. Okay. So, anyways, what I was gonna say is, look, this whole metaverse shit they're doing is gonna die off. I wanted my Quest 2 because I just wanted a way to play video games. Okay. I thought Beat Saber looked like a really fun game. I thought I would play, Fallout 4 and shit like that in VR, which is going to be a fun way to do it. But then they started going off on this whole, we're going to do the metaverse, and you're going to live in VR, and we're going to create this game that looks like it's straight out of the fucking PS1 days. And that's going to be, where people just socially...
That's what it looks like.
God, he's snapping. Hey, and I'm going to change my background, right?
There you go.
Since we're talking about VR, right? We'll keep it there. So I want
you put it on like the absolute worst VR headset.
Yeah, hold on.
That's bullshit, Kyle.
This is not the worst VR headset.
Everyone who watches this stream regularly knows I don't give a damn about PlayStation, but do not slander PSVR. That is what
the worst.
That is 40% of reason. That is a 40% reason why VR is as mainstream as it is. The other 40% goes to Facebook, and the other 20% goes to Valve.
Oh, yeah, no, I 100% Facebook.
Now,
Facebook has 80%. PlayStation VR.
Kyle's so funny.
PlayStation VR is absolute garbage. Have you ever tried to use it? Have you ever tried?
I haven't. It actually works out. It actually works really good. I've never.
Oh no, you can't mod Beat Saber on the PlayStation. Yes, it makes it a worthless game compared to literally any other version. Other than it's a perfectly fine way to play VR. Otherwise, hey, I could give you a Gear VR. Is that a better way to play VR?
I would rather.
Okay, now you're just fucking with us.
Okay,
that's true. That's true. Honestly, though, I hate the PlayStation VR. It is so uncomfortable to use. It is garbage.
I have not used it. He did use it. I can't say I've used Quest. I've used the Windows mixed reality headsets. I used the Vive. I've used others. So far,
you're seriously telling us that Windows mixed reality is better than PSVR, Kyle?
Oh, 100%. Windows mixed reality is great.
Now, hold up. I'm with Kyle on that, though, because there is some good things about Windows mixed reality headsets. They're not expensive, too expensive.
Micro Gaming Repair said the HTC. Never used it. The other headset.
Vive is a brand for consumers.
Yeah, HTC. I'm glad he mentioned that. But one thing I would say is that in the war of VR, right now we know Meta has the most money.
He's winning. It is 100% Oculus that is winning. A standalone device that works great. I completely agree with that. They are doing the best. They're making it very easy to get into. However, there's a little itty bit of issues. Okay,
they're losing a lot of money. They are.
Well, let me make a point though. Also, is that okay? If you're gonna play VR, you have really two options. You really only have two options unless you have a fuck ton of money, okay? If you have a fuck ton of money, you got three options, okay? If you're literally an average Joe who just wants to get into VR, you're going to get a Quest. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Unless you live in China, then you're going to get a Pico Neo. Otherwise, you're going to get an Oculus Quest. If you're an average Joe, but you also happen to own a PlayStation, you're going to get a used PSVR because you could probably get one of those, especially with the second one coming out, for like $100
Now here's the deal. Like, I got to use PS2. I'm sorry. Oh fuck. I got to use PS4 VR for my hacked PS4 to play my pirated games. You know your boy don't pay for shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And that was my first experience with VR, and I loved it. The only problem was I got really dizzy and a lot of motion sickness.
And that's what's nice about the Quest. I don't know the refresh rate of the PSVR, but you got 120 hertz on that. That's assuming you can hold up the frame rate. That's like you're going to be fine. You're basically not going to get motion sick.
Yeah,
The
my biggest
PSVR
problem, played it for 3 hours.
The PSVR was 72 frames a second, 72 hertz. That's where
so
you're
the bare minimum.
The Oculus Quest is big 120 hertz. I'm sorry. 90% of the game that
Yeah, that's a big
require
difference.
anything
Those specs you're
are
reading,
only 90.
Are those
Beat
specs
Beat
for the
Saber is
PlayStation VR?
Beat Saber is the
Beat
most
Saber
popular game
is
on
only
the
90.
Quest by far. Beat
And
Saber
it's
is
only
120
90.
hertz.
No, Beat Saber is limited to 90. You have to have a mod. You have to mod it to be 120.
They updated Beat Saber like a day or two after the 120 hertz thing came out.
No,
Legitimately did not. Months afterwards, I remember me specifically going through ADB to change the max frame rate for Beat Saber on my Quest 2. Okay? No, you're wrong.
Now here's the deal. Wait, real quick. Here's the deal. Who in the hell is going to be able to buy a PlayStation 2 VR when you can't buy a fucking PS5?
And who's gonna buy a PS5 when you can't buy your own groceries at this point?
Yeah, I mean, we're now over 2-year mark when the PS5 and the Series X came out. I just saw a memory on Facebook. I posted when I bought my system. I said, Jesus fucking Christ. I can't even buy a second PS5. I want to get a second one.
To Targets and Walmart fairly often. I still have yet to see a PS5 or an Xbox Series console in the wild.
Here's the deal. Overseas is selling them in the stores, but not in the United States. How fucked up is that?
Well,
I mean, people in the United States, we're just sick and fucked up. We're like, we love sitting on the couch and ordering from Amazon. We just love it.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just you damned Americans. Like over here in the true freedom country, like that fake shit you got down there. We can go into a store and buy a piece.
This guy Bruner brought up something nice. He said VR is a fad, a cool fad, but at the end of the day, a fad. It'll eventually die out and people will lose interest.
Oh yeah, I 100% agree.
Okay, I disagree. I disagree.
I'm in the middle. I think VR will enter the same. I think VR is going to enter the same realm as like using a racing wheel. You know, sometimes you're going to be like, I want to play this game. Let me get my VR headset. And then you're going to put away. Maybe you'll be like, I want to play this game. I got to get my racing wheel out. Or I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play Guitar Hero. Let me get my guitar controller out. Or I just want to play literally any other game. Let me just get my keyboard out or my controller out. Okay. It's going to enter that same realm.
The biggest issue with VR, why it is still a fad and will not be mainstream for any time soon, is the comfort.
Yes, you're 100% right. Wearing that thing's like wearing a box on your fucking head.
I would like to come back against that because I think if we can mix AR and VR, or even if we just go augmented reality, I think there could be a way to mix the two to be mainstream.
I think augmented reality is 1,000% more a fad than VR is.
Oh yeah, 100%.
How is that? Why are you guys against me on this? Okay, don't you think? Let me just paint the picture for you. You riding down the street, man. You got your car. 2023. You're looking clean. You turn to the left. You look at the mall, and it says you have 16 friends in there. And you find out
augmented reality is not being used.
You said my glasses are showing me.
Augmented glasses, Nick, like the Google glasses back in the day. Remember?
Here's the thing, though. Augmented reality is not being used for utility purposes. If it was being used for utility purposes, I might have a different view. But right now, 95% of augmented reality shit is for like gaming purposes, and they all suck. VR is for games. Have AR be for utility.
It is.
To have it be fast requires a lot of specs. You need to have high quality cameras. You need to have infrared. You need to have I don't remember what iPhone calls it or what
LiDAR.
calls it. But LiDAR. That's what I'm looking for.
Black circles, and you had to set them out in certain areas of the room so we can read the room. And there was a lot of setup. I agree.
Is not ready. It will not be ready anytime soon. To be fast enough, it has to weigh a ton. Okay.
And the problem with AR too that I've found, and I haven't really tried using AR shit in a long time, but it seems to cause a lot of lag. Like I'll be looking at my bed and I'll have like a really crappy crappy Mario figure superimposed on my bed, and then I turn my camera, and it's like,
Well, that's what I'm
and then my
talking
door
about.
now.
Is to have the specs for that, you have to have a ton. Like, you have to look at an image, you have to scan everything around the room, make sure you're the distance away from it. There's too much math in that.
Look at
the
the Quest. The Quest just had a thing a few months ago where they added a thing where you could put your furniture in, and it's basically they are, and it kind of fucking blows.
What?
For that exact
That is
reason.
not AR.
I
What?
actually
That is backwards.
There's an AR. They have an AR implementation of it. I don't remember what the game is called.
No,
I
it is
used
literally
to,
backwards.
I've seen that feature. That feature actually, it turns on the external cameras and then it sees the furniture around you. And I will admit, it fucks up all the time. It really doesn't work a lot of the time. But it's supposed to be able to recognize furniture, chairs, couches, and not run into it. But I agree. It is not.
Anyway, the issue with AR is the exact same issue with VR, right? You need to have really fast stuff, which is really expensive and very heavy and uncomfortable to have on your head. Nobody can actually do that properly. Oculus's attempt is so far the best. It's pretty light.
Did
It's
Nick crash again?
inexpensive.
Unless you're degenerate
It's
like we are.
slow.
Did Nick crash? He's got his eyes
Yes.
closed.
Oh, yeah,
No,
he's in Nirvana right now.
Wake up.
Well, I guess
Anyway.
I guess we own the show now. So,
Yeah, it's ours now. Welcome to the
back in the fucking channel.
EDJ.
And
yeah.
now, sponsors.
So how are you guys' stocks doing?
We should do something stupid like that with the other YouTube channels do. We're gonna do our messages from our sponsors. When your case breaks and you can't really buy a new one, just use some tape. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, what kind of tape is this? Well, for 4 easy payments of $49.97, you can get tape like this.
I want to know the idiot who decided to have it be 90. Oh, and he's gone.
Don't
We
forget
own this
about
bitch
don't
now.
forget about the sponsor, Raid Shadow Legend.
Don't forget about our don't forget about our
Genshin
third
Impact.
sponsor. Don't forget about our other sponsor, HW Fly. Do you want a proper jailbreak solution for your Nintendo Switch? Get it, HW Fly now. We're not actually sponsored by them. Feds, don't come after us.
That's right. And if you need a repack, go to
Nick Moses 05 does not endorse this message.
So I guess we'll change the subject now. What do you think we guys should talk about?
Well, let's see. What
Wow.
else did he have on the agenda? I guess we got to pick up the slack for him.
Let's see. Let me open up the video here.
We didn't even finish with the GTA 6 leaks. We got so derailed.
I know.
Yeah, I'm betting after today, Nick, we're gonna let us all in the call together at
Oh
once.
no, 100%. CTurt
How about
Unpatchable.
CTurt? Yeah, let's talk
Yeah.
about CTurt. Okay, with the new jailbreak. Not really a new jailbreak, but the new backdoor with the scripts. Have you guys heard about that?
I have not.
Okay, so basically they found like kind of a backdoor with this one game. I forget what it's called, Kilo or something for the PS2. Basically, they reverse engineered the scripts. Now you can load your own games through a chain payload. Supposedly this will work with the PS5, but it hasn't been tested.
Is
But
it
it's
kind of like the free DVD boot exploit?
Pretty much, yeah. But what it's doing is you take your donor game, you rewrite the source code, which is not that difficult to do. You're basically copying and pasting your image. Then you have to do a little bit of tweaking. It's like making a fake PS4 PKG, but a little bit different to run the PS2 games. The frame rates per second look kind of shitty, but this is a new backdoor that they found, that CTurt found.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's really...
I don't know what it has been, but in the past year, there's been this frenzy of getting older consoles with better updated exploits. Like it just happened on the Wii U to a certain extent. Just late last year, we had the tiramisu get released, and then just a few weeks ago, we had the Aroma custom firmware get released, and they're having new shit to that pretty much every week. So
with the PS2 emulator that Sony made, there's a backdoor that they haven't fixed. I don't know if they're going to patch it inside the emulator or
That
not.
is not a backdoor.
Did everybody do the show?
Yeah, we're talking about CTurt actually. I grabbed the
I can't
subject.
hear y'all right now because my headphones still coming.
Okay, that
Now,
is not a backdoor.
Have you guys
I'm
continued the
sorry.
show without me? Please, I hope you did. I hope you guys were just talking while I was away.
No, we changed
we
the
went on the
subject.
CTurt.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm gonna start doing, and I swear to God, when I get off of here, you guys send me your damn emails. I'm just gonna make all of you co-hosts.
That works for me.
Drops out. You guys just run the damn shit, okay?
Nick, we're talking about the CTurt with the PS2 emulation, the back door.
You know what? I'm glad that you guys talked about that because that was something I had here, and I'm glad you guys switched the subject right to it. So, where were you guys at? What did I miss?
Well, I was starting to begin with talking with the CTurt PS2 emulation that CTurt found a back door through the official PlayStation 2 emulation with running.
Did you say CTurt?
CTurt. I can't pronounce his name. CTurt.
No, it sounds like it's close enough to turd. I mean, if you change it,
very smart, but very smart individual, but very shitty nickname. But hey, that's his nickname. But wait, did Nick crash again?
So I can say, guys, I haven't read too much over the article for it.
Yeah.
Is this really unpatchable?
Oh my god.
Supposedly they can't fix it because it's through the emulator. Unless PlayStation redoes the emulator, the door's still open for PS4 and PS5 with the emulation. I think, yeah. So that's pretty much
a bit of misinformation there. It's not a back door. That is not correct terminology to use.
Okay.
It would just be considered as an exploit.
Yeah.
However, it is unpatchable in current emulator that is being used, but they can just
if it was backdoor, it would be like if you use this exploit to then install another exploit. That other exploit you installed would be the backdoor.
Yeah.
Glad you clarified that because that was going to be my next question. What would be considered a backdoor? So if you ran an exploit to possibly run another exploit to
if this exploit somehow allowed you to break out of the emulator and change an emulator file to then when you ran the emulator, it would actually execute code on the PS5 like level. That would probably be like if by some act of God someone created that would be the mother of all backdoors.
With how much work went into making the PS2 emulator, I doubt they're going to patch it because unless they could find some type of other way of chain loading another payload or a command to do
honestly
PS5 piracy, they're not going to fix it. They're just going to leave it.
They don't
care.
Is that all you heard? Did you not hear me say care? I don't know.
No, you said they don't when you stopped. I'm guessing you said
I did say care. My noise canceling blocked it out.
This is going to end up like how it was with the Wii, where when that came out, basically as soon as the comp came out, people found out that you could take over the GameCube mode. Nintendo didn't care. You can't break out of GameCube mode. So my guess is what they're going to do is they're going to go, okay, well, sure, they took over PS2 mode. You can't break out of PS2 mode. So fine, if you want to hack that, that's whatever. We don't give a shit about the PS2. If you want to hack the PS2, we don't care. We don't care about this because you can't do anything with it.
It's their PS2 mode.
Okay,
so PS2 exploits, well known. Nobody gives a shit at this point. Like, everybody who cared about exploiting PS2 games have already done it.
Yeah, you can do the PS4 and make your own fake PS2 PKGs. You know, I've made them before. They work out pretty good, you know. But it's kind of like, you know, what's the point, you know? Because the frame rates are really shitty right now. It's like 10 frame rates. Very slow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you could just do the same thing on your cell phone.
From this, we do a hack from this PS2 emulator. Is it possible?
So it is theoretically possible if that Sony is really, really bad at making anything secure, which we've seen before, given the fact that their web browser could overflow into memory. They might have some similar issues where you can overwrite memory with the PS2 emulator, but I honestly doubt it.
I'm kind of going into kind of what I said earlier about if this exploit were somehow, I don't even think this is physically possible, but somehow it was able to, you know, let's say it found a way to run a thing that, I don't know, theoretically it would be modifying the BIOS, right? If it was running an actual PS2, it would modify the BIOS. But by doing that, it actually modifies some file on the PS5 that gets access in PS5 mode, and then you're now triggering a PS5 exploit. Yeah. That would be the only way I could feasibly see that happening. Otherwise, it most likely happen. I don't know how this PS2 emulator works, but if it's anything like how the GameCube mode on the Wii works, it sandboxes the console off. You can't just go back to PS5 mode. You have to turn it off and on again to get it out of PS2 mode. So
to get the PS2 emulator to work, you need to have a computer and you need to chain load with the IP address and do all that bullshit. And I don't know if you ever
so there's no way that you're able to get out of PS2 mode, which means theoretically when you turn it off, RAM gets reset. So once RAM is reset, then there's nothing you can do at that point. It's either you mod PS2 mode or your RAM is gone. So there's going to get to PS5 mode again, unless somehow you modified a file within PS2 mode that then got accessed by PS5 mode.
Dead Specimen, do you have a hacked PS4?
I don't own any PlayStation console besides my brother's old PSP that I don't even have tools to mod.
He hates PlayStation.
Hey, it's free game.
In fairness, PlayStation has appeal. It's just not my appeal. I'm more of a Halo guy and a racing guy, not an adventure RPG, whatever the fuck PlayStation has kind of guy.
Piracy is my appeal. If you tell me, Kmart just made a new exclusive Kmart box. Now you could hack it to play pirated games. I'll go buy it. That's how I am.
Well, this is why I play PC.
I would not be here today talking with you guys. I'm telling you, if Switch wasn't hacked, I would not be here.
This is why I play PC. I'll help Codex.
That is the same thing for me. I only found this when researching the SX core. That is how
same
I found Nick.
Same. Hey, we all linked up on the same thing. Which is
I only found Nick, or I only found Kyle on my my private hacking forum that he leaked all the Switch keys to.
So let me ask you guys this, right? This hack, everybody's acting like this was the next big thing. So from what I'm hearing from you guys, this hack is simply just PlayStation 2 emulator. If you had a buddy who's got a PlayStation 5 and he's saying, hey, I'm considering whether I should update my PlayStation or not because I don't know if I could get more out of it because there's something already. What would you recommend to that person?
Here's the thing with PlayStation. You can always do the offline update. If an exploit comes out, your PlayStation's on V1. The exploit comes out for that emulator and lets you get out to PS5. You can always go up to that version and stay there.
Yep, 100% right. You could always go up, but you can't go down. My PS5 is on version 1.14. I'm not updating it. I'm not touching the system until the jailbreak and the kernel hack comes out and all other shit. I'm staying where I am. That's why I bought the system on day one. Same thing with the Series X because you never know. I'm sure the Xbox will be hacked.
Okay, let's talk about the Series X for a second.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk.
Physically impossible to exploit.
Now, Kyle, I want you to unpack that. You say physically impossible. Is it because the process that Microsoft used to kind of sandbox?
But Microsoft has been developing their virtualization technology for years, right? Every time you open a game on the Xbox Series consoles, it spawns in a complete virtual machine.
It does.
And let me add to that too the fact that I've said a million times before why the Xbox isn't hacked, so I'll keep it to a very small point that UWP is a bitch. Okay, crack a UWP game or cracking the Xbox operating system, which is basically Windows. So if you find some crazy exploit for it, you found an exploit for Windows, which is pretty scary. And you could have a lot of implications. Doing either of those things is such a fucking feat that if you did it, you wouldn't want to release it. It's not like on the Switch where RCM mode affected at worst Tesla cars. That was the worst thing it affected, which is a pretty big deal, but you had to have hardware access. The likelihood of it getting exploited in a way that could be seriously dangerous to people was very low, and after that it was just simple software to get anything you want running. You can't do that on an Xbox. It's not that simple.
Xbox, if there was theoretically an Xbox or a vulnerability in the Xbox, it would not affect the general person. And however, it will affect people who are running Hyper-V virtual machines. If you find an exploit that will let you get through that, that screws up a lot.
And the big problem with that is that a lot of businesses use that. So we're talking a lot of businesses go vulnerable. We're talking probably Microsoft themselves, the company, are seriously vulnerable if that gets leaked.
Yeah, so you can actually play with a lot of the features that the Xbox uses. So, like their quick resume, right? Where that's because it is a VM. It can save the state of the memory of that VM. And you can play with this on your own computer if you have a desktop Windows computer with with Windows' Hyper-V. As long as you have Windows 10 Pro, I don't know about 11. 11's garbage. As long as you have that, you can install Hyper-V. And
talk about Windows 11, man. Windows 11 is a nice blend between Windows and Mac, sir. Okay.
You know what the best operating system is? No, this is the best operating system, Windows 7.
Yeah.
No, Windows Vista. Shut up, you. No. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Okay.
Let me put myself out there. Can I put myself out there real quick? I need to put myself out there real quick. I actually kind of liked Windows 8.
Okay. No, you just cannot be.
We need to talk about this, man. This is disturbing for all of us. So let's.
Anyways, Windows 11, absolute garbage. Windows 7, yeah, it's good. And here's why it was good. Okay, if Windows 7 came out before Vista, it would have all the issues that Vista had when it came out. The issues with Windows Vista was that there was no driver support. By the time Windows 7 came out, the drivers were the same between Vista and 7, so it still worked. And that is why Windows Vista failed. Windows Vista was just a better looking, more modern version of Windows 7.
Right. But Kyle, you forgot one important piece though. The media said Windows was bad, so it has to be bad. Isn't that how that works?
Oh, that's yeah, true. No, 100%. When it came out, it was bad. They had no drivers.
Right, but they haven't taken their opinion back. They haven't reversed their opinion, so the universal truth. I thought that's how that worked.
Yeah.
Now here's the deal: the Windows 10 update broke my gaming PC and my laptop more times than that happening with Windows 7.
Oh, Windows 10 update systems are absolute garbage in today's day and age. Mac beats it, Linux beats it, Android beats it, iOS beats it, everything beats it.
Oh, iOS updates beat literally everything, because I don't think there's been a time in recent history in which an iOS update has... Well, okay, iOS 11 was pretty bad, but other than iOS 11, most iOS updates, don't brick your phone like a lot of Android and Windows updates have.
Oh, what the
and also,
hey, nothing below the belt, boys, all right?
Talk about us, Android. But I will say iOS...
Hey, I'm an Android user.
Oh, by the way, Apple sucks.
You're right, but Android's winning, but still, Apple has updates to the teeth. You get 4 years of updates. With my S22 Ultra, you get 4 years of updates. You can get didn't the 6S get 7 years of updates or something?
That is your own fault for buying a subpar Samsung device that limits
your life is
down.
Subpar, Kyle. Your life is subpar.
My life.
I bet you didn't know this. Hold on, I want to say something. I bet Dead Specimen didn't know this. Maybe he did, so forgive me. A long time ago with Apple, I don't know if they still implemented this bullshit or not. I don't know the version of the Apple OS, but supposedly if your screen was to be broken and you go to put an aftermarket screen and the Apple...
that's still a thing. It's been a thing for years. I know where you're going with this.
It was also this thing with home buttons and the power button. They chip everything for no reason.
And with the iPhone 14, the new thing is the front camera. If you replace your front camera, it gets disabled.
That's why Android don't do this shit. Apple are fucking... They're horrible. They're Nazis.
Talk to them. Android don't do that.
Android don't do that shit. You know,
too many
biggest issue with Windows updates.
You gotta worry about that. We got too many manufacturers.
Issues with Windows update completely takes over your system. You can't use it while it's updating. It's stupid. It's just so old of technologies. You look at something else like let's take what I'm using right now because I'm elitist, right? If you do a Windows update or a Linux update,
Kyle, everyone wants to punch you right now. I hope you know that.
Oh yeah, no, I know. If I do a Linux update though, I don't have to reboot my system. I can do it while I'm on this podcast. I won't have to restart my system.
Here's the thing too. Even let's look at Android. Android, you have to restart your phone, but it takes like 10 minutes at most, and you have the full option to click do it later. You can do it later, and then when you're going to bed, you click the button. 10 minutes later, it's done.
100% right.
Not 40 minutes. Not 40 minutes later, and then it tells you it has to roll it back, and then 40 minutes later, it boots up, and then force reinstalls it again. 40 minutes later, it then fails again. I hate Windows.
Do you know how many Windows 10 updates broke my POS system at my restaurant?
Every single one.
Yeah, the fucking Windows 10 updates. Oh, we're working on bringing you great stuff. And I'm saying to myself, what great stuff? If another fucking busted thing. If one of my printer drivers had to fix that, the whole thing fucking sucks.
Oh, yeah.
Use an iPad with one of those fucking Slayer things.
Real quick. We'll be back in about 2 to 18 hours. After it's done, I also will not have any audio drivers anymore, and my web browser will stop working. Also, I don't have my video card drivers, so I need to go in safe mode and use my dedicated Intel GPU.
Y'all know I'm a Microsoft fanboy at heart, man.
You know what? You know I would hella buy an Xbox Series X if I had to buy a 9th gen console. That doesn't mean I'm not going to shit on Microsoft for their terrible practices.
Now, you know what pisses me off? I went into the registry.
It works.
Right? In Windows 10, I went in the registry and I followed the tutorial how to permanently delete Windows 10 updates and pending updates. Follow that tutorial. I deleted all the shit I needed to delete. Right. A week later, the motherfucker reinstalls all the files. Windows 10 is nothing but a big tracking device.
Let's look at the documentation for Microsoft too, though. Right? Half the time it says reboot your system and that'll fix everything. Other half the time it says reinstall or just wipe your entire system. Or it tells you to run a single command in command prompt, which doesn't actually do anything. And always fails if your system has any issues.
Or that stupid wizard. Oh, we're going to try to detect the problem.
Oh, yeah. The troubleshooting wizard. We can solve everything for you.
Now, here's the deal. I actually had to work on my gaming PC. It actually fixed the audio driver because I have my gaming PC hooked up to my 70-inch 4K TV. Sometimes the audio gets fucked up because it goes through a stereo system. But it works great now.
That you start your Windows computer, okay? It takes about 10 minutes to get your desktop and stuff ready, you know? You know what I'm referring to, right?
Mine doesn't. You know why?
When you first install, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not when you start up. I'm saying when you first install Windows.
Oh, okay.
It's like 20 minutes to just get your desktop working.
Yes,
right?
100%
That is a bug in Microsoft that has been there for at least a decade.
Now,
do you want to know how you just completely skip it? If you hit Control-Alt-Delete while it's doing its thing, gone, done.
Now, here's the deal.
Not needed.
That back door
Kyle is a very angry man right now.
Wait, hold on. I want to talk to Kyle.
So funny.
Here's the deal. Kyle. It hasn't been fixed. I don't know if Windows knows about it or not. If you go to log into a user account and it kind of crashes, Control-Alt-Delete, and it forces you right in. I figured that out. I'm not lying to you. I figured that out by myself on Windows XP back in the day. Oh, this works great. I can get right into my system.
Hey, gentlemen, real quick. I'm going to watch this from the afterlife. However, my phone burns up to the point where I can't charge it. I've got severe storms barreling towards me right now, so I'm gonna hop off so I can charge my phone and cool my phone down. But y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good time yelling at each other. I had fun completely derailing the stream. I apologize, Nick, but I'll be glad to do it again. So y'all have a good night and thank you for having me on.
Be safe, Dad. Don't be dead, Dad.
Don't run outside. Don't do no stupid shit. Just stay at
home. I'm gonna run outside and touch the nearest metal pole.
And just hold on to something.
Actually, you know what? Fuck charging my phone. I'm gonna run outside. I'll turn my camera on. I'll touch that pole. I'll charge my phone right up real quick.
Yeah, it'll be a dead charger.
Got
1,000% phone percentage.
That's right.
I appreciate you, man. Be safe, man. Take it easy.
All right, see you guys.
That's fast.
Yeah,
we should probably get back on topic.
Yeah, you know what, Kyle, you're right, but there is something that you spoke about. I felt the anger, the frustration come in you, and you being the young OG, I respect you. You've taught me a lot. Let me ask you: is being an elitist, someone like me uses Windows from day to day? I work with a lot of businesses that deal with Windows. Okay. Let me ask you this, Kyle. Why do you think the Windows operating system is so prominent and has such a dominant control over the market? I know there's a marketing side of it. Is it just people are just stuck doing what they know, or
it's just easier?
Okay.
It's pre-installed. It just works. You don't have to worry about any issues out of the box. You don't have to worry about driver support because everybody supports it. Your program's guaranteed to work on it. Mostly guaranteed to work on it, unless you're doing some crazy stuff anyways. In which case, you probably don't care what you're using.
It's so true.
See, now I use a lot of non-official applications from Microsoft, if you know what I'm talking about. Yep. I have to always change the compatibility mode, granted access of, the root access, right click, run as administrator.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing.
It is.
Compatibility mode. You hate that.
Oh, just run it as administrator. That solves all your problems. Do not.
Yeah, I will agree on that. I've actually dealt with the problem last week with a customer where if they ran a software as admin and they opened Outlook, it just didn't talk to each other because one was being ran as admin.
Yeah, they were completely different user accounts. That makes sense. That's how it should be.
So I'm just like, wow, well, of course you're not working. You got this running as admin. It's a whole different damn folder, but okay.
I'm sorry, you're derailing me again, and now I got to think more about Windows 11. Windows 11 is absolute garbage.
I haven't used it. I haven't used it.
Okay. So, some things.
Why is it
little tweaks you could do with Windows 11? Let's say you don't like the new home menu, okay? If you just go to the registry, you could just disable the brand new taskbar, and right underneath it, just disabling the new one. The Windows 10 one is just under it. Still.
Well, basically,
hold on, Kyle. You got to rewind that back. Are you telling me I've been using the Windows 11 Home button, okay? Because it looks like Mac. It's very similar to Mac.
It looks exactly like a fucking.
And the Windows 10 one is just right underneath. Still there. Fully functional.
So basically, Windows 11 is just basically reskin with Windows 10.
Windows 11 is just a sloppy skin on Windows 10. If you go to WinVer, it still says Windows 10. The kernel version is NT10.
I can agree on that because there is certain things. Even when you right-click on icons, you know how you got to go to more options to get the same exact menu from Windows 10?
It's just a sloppy reskin of Windows 10. That's all it is.
I'm with you on that.
Do you know what pissed me off, Nick? When we went from Windows 7 to Windows 10, because I always do keyboard commands to open up things. Instead of typing in computer, this PC. Are you fucking stupid? It's been called.
Oh my god, I hated that. That was horrid. It took so long to get used to that.
I'm not gonna lie. That was bad. That was bad. That was real bad. That was like, how do you're right, this PC.
You know what the best part about that is?
What's that?
You could change what you have to search for it. If you rename it in Windows Explorer to whatever you want, you could do that in Windows 10. If you want Windows 10 to be typing this PC, you could do that.
What's next? What's next? They're going to change local disk C to local home storage media hard drive.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's say how you have to have backslashes in the file path, but if you're using command prompt, you still have to use forward slashes.
You do.
Yep.
You do. If you
because
don't,
it is just skin. It is not real. It is actually using forward slashes, but they just pretend. Oh yeah, no, we're different than everybody else. We use backslashes. See.
But what's so stupid is they change everything for the programmers and stuff. Leave everything the same. To the average user, if they change it to this PC or computer, it doesn't affect them because they don't do what we do. But for what we do and what other people do, it's a big fucking problem. It took me years to remember this PC. Sometimes when I'm having an off day, I'll write it down computer. Like, oh, never mind. That's the Windows 7 and Windows XP days.
Yeah, sorry. That's just when the Windows was actually good. I forgot. Back in the good old day.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we used to use reliable software, and it looked actually good. Like if you look at the title bar of Windows, it's transparent and beautiful, and mwah.
It did.
We had nice fancy stuff we could put on our desktop. Nah, we got rid of that though. That stuff started looking.
You know what I can't think about Windows 10 the most is the fucking firewall.
Oh,
Now I ran a crack. It's called KMS to activate your Windows 10, right, in your office.
Activator.
of course.
I have to disable everything. Even though I disable it, it still comes up. Hey, you're running an unofficial PUP license tool. I have to click yes, like 100 times. It took me an hour to re-crack my Windows 10 because it kept disabling it, even though I went into the firewall and told it to shut everything off. I found another loophole, and I actually went into the registry and disabled everything. All my security.
Yeah.
If you get Discord, I will send you a valid, legal Windows license key.
If it's pirated, I don't want it.
It's pirated.
Now, back in the day, Kyle, how old are you, by the way? I forget.
I'm 17.
Back in the day, I used to go to the libraries and write down
Oh
serial.
yeah, just look at the sticker on it.
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah, he's right.
Or just go into a computer store and look at the computer that is in box too.
Yes. You know, it's also a good program. I don't know if you ever used it. It's called Specky. It gives you all the information, all the serial keys in your computer and stuff. Very cool app.
Haven't used it.
I personally have never used it.
Yeah, if you want to get any cracked apps, go to getintopc.com. They got everything on there. When I say everything, I mean everything.
Now, I got something I want to talk about. I'm going to pull it up on the screen since I got you both here. I might as well talk about it. And Kyle, you are somebody I want to ask specifically about this. This dealing with something you have a little knowledge with, which is networking, right? Splatoon 3.
That's so stupid. I hate Nintendo. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, we have the solution. We have the absolute best solution possible.
You know where I'm going with
go
it,
into
man.
your router and specify. Just forward ports 1 to 6,350 something or other to your Switch. It'll be perfectly fine. It'll work great. What? What is it? Bro, you want me to open the entire system, block every other device in my network out from the internet, just so my Nintendo Switch can play Splatoon, and have that not change anything anyways?
And you know what's amazing? I didn't even hear about that. So what's there a big problem with Splatoon running?
It's true. There were people having problems with connection issues with Splatoon 3. And it would take them to a support page where it literally said, go into your router and open up ports 1.
Every single port.
Then they say to you, oh, if you're having problems, go get yourself an RCM loader and go grab the repack from Nick.
Might I remind you that opening every single port
is the
you from being able to use a web browser.
And they can pull up your whole they just type in your public IP.
You can no longer browse the internet on any device on the same IP address.
I'm like, oh, that's
you can't use Discord.
I didn't know you used that file structure.
That's fucked up.
It is so stupid.
Did they fix this or they left it broken still out of curiosity?
This is their official response. It's just to open every single port on your router to your Nintendo Switch.
So that's basically like saying that, oh, my electric doesn't work in my house. Open up every door and window for light.
Yeah, they literally said, open up every single port. Now, I'm not
more like saying, my door won't open for specific people, so you should just remove it from your house and let everybody in.
Anybody, I don't care. Animals, open it for animals too. You know what I mean?
Now, Nick, I don't know if you heard about this now. I'm not trying to derail the show here, but you know what's really stupid? They're coming out with the GoldenEye, right? They're making it, you can play it online with the Switch, but you can't play it online with Microsoft. Why the fuck not? Can't you play online with Microsoft? Stupid is that?
You know what,
especially since that you know that Nintendo doesn't actually have any servers for their online, so it's just going to be partner to partner. So there's literally no difference on their online support.
Now, but what pisses me off though is, you know, Microsoft is like the homestead of, you know, FPS games. Why wouldn't they fucking implement that?
No, that was a big thing with GoldenEye because a lot of people said Microsoft's going to be bringing GoldenEye 007 to Game Pass, and people were like, "Hell, well, shit, I might as well just play it on Xbox." But you're right, it's you know, and for me, I'm a person that I'm used to couch co-op, so for that game, I'm used to having people sitting by me. So I don't know how online play will work, but I agree with Xbox. You almost kind of see it as a necessity.
The first thing when Ed hacked my Xbox was I put GoldenEye on there, and it was fucking amazing. It worked, for the 360. That was awesome. But I felt like the N64 days, but I can play the game now because the controller worked. Fucking gyroscoping to hell.
N64 controller is actually not as bad as people say it is. I'm sorry.
No, but I plugged it back in and tried to play GoldenEye. I'm not lying to you. I couldn't play it. I'm saying to myself, when I was a kid, how the fuck did I figure this out? But now I can't play it now.
I know.
Honestly, the games that made use of the N64 controller have done it very well. They did a pretty good job with the N64 controller support.
Mario 64 is a great example. I mean, the movement is so fluid with that controller.
Yes.
You literally, it's almost perfect. I can't.
Yeah, as long as the game is made for that controller in mind, perfect.
I agree.
Otherwise, no.
Yeah. Because if it's something else, it is terrible. So let me ask this, Kyle. For everyone that's considering, like, what are the things that could happen if I opened up all ports?
To your Switch, nothing. Because they're only open to your Switch. Right?
Now, okay.
So however, do that. Forward everything to your Nintendo Switch. Then go on your phone and try to watch this podcast, and you'll see it won't load. Because to use anything on the internet, your device needs to open a port to that service so that it can communicate back and forth. No, that's gone now. There's no back and forth. There's only to you, not from you anymore. It can only be from your Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's basically instead of outgoing and ingoing, it's going to go ingoing and ingoing, or vice versa, basically.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I had this friend. I wanted him to come in through my back door. So I have to open every house in every door in my house has to be torn down. But so anybody can come in. However, nobody can get out of my house anymore. They're just trapped in here. If they could go through the back door, but that leads them into my backyard, and they can't do anything from there.
Yo, he is so true. Because when I read this, I thought I was crazy. I said, I know there's not a legit support page for Nintendo telling people to open up. Now, I only know so many ports. Like 3389 is remote desktop. I use remote desktop. You know what I mean? 8080 you hear often. You know what I mean? Port
8080 is not an actual registered port.
It's 80. Okay?
Yeah.
It's 80. I mean, but you know how people go. Where did 8080 come from, Kyle? School us.
They just repeated it so that it would be very easy to get to. If you want to host a temporary web server, you don't use 80 because you already have a web server on 80. You just do 8080.
Nice.
Easy to remember.
Quick key command.
Taught me something new today. That's why I asked you. But these certain ports, I know what certain ports are for, and especially email. I deal with ports all the time. What is it? 465, 587, TLS. I deal with SSL. So a lot of ports, I don't mess with a lot of them, but to open up every single possible port, who in the hell right mind leaves that shit up in Nintendo? Why did
I remind you? That doesn't actually even fix the solution because Nintendo did properly set up UPnP. So it forwards the correct ports already. The issue is it would still partner to partner. So if one person's device goes offline, everybody just gets kicked out.
Yo, Nintendo,
you're worse than Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yo, that was bad, man. Because when I read it, I thought I was crazy. Because I've been hearing so many connection issues with Splatoon 3.
Yeah, this is the first time I heard about it, so I'm glad you brought it to light because this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Splatoon 3, I've heard, has been having issues. Now, I haven't played Splatoon 3 online, but I know how popular it was. So, very popular game, everyone jumping online. But I heard delays, disconnects, not being able to start matches, just so many problems that are typical for, I would say, a bad Nintendo Switch.
What pisses me off is why doesn't nobody, they know the shit's broken. They go ahead and release it because you know what it is? Nintendo does it. Sony does it. Microsoft does it. Doesn't matter if you're fanboy or not. Everyone is so used to getting broken.
Microsoft and Sony do not do that. If they have online in their game, it has proper servers. It doesn't go partner to partner. That's so stupid. Peer to peer, sure, it's good for piracy, and that's about it.
Yep. You're 100%
Nintendo.
right.
I'm not gonna lie, Nintendo be wild with that, man. Their online environment has heard
the things that use peer-to-peer in 2022. Okay, we have Nintendo, every game from them, and then Grand Theft Auto 5. Or sorry, Grand Theft Auto Online now. I forgot they rebranded.
Online, yeah, it's not
Sorry.
no more. Oh my gosh, y'all just killed me with that comment. But I'm glad that you are aware of these same issues, and I'm glad that you were able to break it down for everybody to show how dumb that is.
As soon as I heard you mention Splatoon, I knew exactly what it was about. Like, why would they tell you to open every single port? Are you serious?
And I went to school. Okay, I graduated with a computer networking degree. When I went to school, I didn't want to go into networking. But when I went into networking, that's when I started learning how to hack web passwords, WPA passwords, WPA2, learning more about networking security. And I learned about ports. I learned what certain ports were used for. A lot of the ports, I don't even know what the hell they're used for. Why would I open up? Like, if I open up every door in my house right now and leave it unlocked, you know what's going to happen? Nothing eventually. Right? Starting off, nothing happens. But then somebody just walks up to the door and goes, oh, it's open. And they just walk in. And
There's a credit card on the table here. Huh, I'll take that. Why not? I mean, like, it's open. Why shouldn't I? Oh, wow. Is that important government documentation? Wow, I'll take that. Oh my God, is that the rare, never seen before GTA 6 beta? I'll take that too.
It's just bad for Nintendo to even do that. So, Kyle, I heard that article has been up since 2012.
What?
No, I mark my words. I tried to research this. I heard that article has been up. I heard the same article was used for a game back in 2012.
Huh.
The same tips, which is, hey, just open up everything. Just open. You'll work. It'll work.
No,
it don't work.
Go through anything. It doesn't change anything.
Oh gosh, man. So I'm glad that we were able to go through that, Kyle. Okay, hey, that you were able to walk me through that.
It just shows how closely their development team spent time and care into things, where they open up ports, right? And they don't mark down what ports it is. Oh, we have a game update. Okay, let's just open a new port for that. Why not? We won't document it anywhere. And we'll also make sure to lose the source code or some bullshit. And that's why. Maybe if they specified what ports to actually open, it would be okay. But everyone, no.
And that's it. Like you said, Nintendo, you're not using every port. So just tell me the damn ports you're using. How hard is that?
Maybe they got lazy and they said, fuck it. Someone wasn't paying attention. They clicked the wrong button or whatever. They opened all the ports up and said, hey, I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention. How the fuck does shit happen like this? Seriously.
And they have a blurb at the top of the page that says they are not responsible. So
what it's going to be for Nintendo's new Direct. It's going to say Nintendo's new Direct. If you can't find our Direct, open all ports.
Yeah, if you cannot find the latest Nintendo Direct, you just gotta go to every website that exists.
There you go.
Eventually you'll find it. No problem. No problem. Just make sure every time you go to one of those websites, you'll also make sure you are completely vulnerable to that website. And for instance, just use Internet Explorer and make sure to run Internet Explorer as administrator.
Yeah, you're not lying, man. It's that bad. So, Kyle, one last thing. Before we wind up jumping out of here, I want to speak to you about, because we talked about it briefly with the VRC. You, Kyle, I felt it. That PSVR, you feel as though is the worst VR that we have been introduced. The PSVR 2 has stated that they're not going to make games backwards compatible. Okay?
The PSVR 2 is probably so much better. But
I was going to say, Kyle, is that a good sign that they're looking forward to the future and they're putting
what the controllers for the PSVR were, right?
Yeah, the two little drumsticks.
Yeah, the PS3 Move controllers. That's right. Those ones.
Right, yep. And the camera too, yep.
Worse than the Nintendo Wii controller, and it is well known that it is because like it
is
flopped.
It
Well,
flopped.
here's the deal: to charge the PSVR, I don't know if Nick has one or not.
I don't.
You need to you need 2 cables to charge each drumstick, whatever the fuck you want to call them. And that's so stupid. It's like you should have made a dock with it or something, because now you gotta get fucking micro cables to charge everything. I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
That's an issue with every VR thing.
Yeah.
And the Quest uses batteries, so I just use
Yeah,
AA batteries, which
the
is
Quest
cool.
does use batteries.
Quite a bit. They last.
I can't see why they can't make a conjunction cable or something. You know, they give you a cable in the box, plug this in, and you just need one micro cable to charge it. It's not hard to come up with this shit. Make a capacitor in there.
That's been a big thing in VR, and like he mentioned, it's the reason why my wife bought me the Quest 2. And I couldn't be happier because I had a Windows Mixed Reality headset. I got a 3060. Kyle, yeah, take that. Remember you was talking about my 1050.
Yeah, your 1050. Hang on, let me go downstairs real quick and grab my 3090. And then let me hold it up to my 1050 Ti and just like show you the difference.
Just shove it, okay? But nonetheless, I got a 3060, 12 gigabytes, by the way. Okay, not just
you do know why there's so much RAM in the 30 series video cards, right? Specifically the lower tier. So it's because of ray tracing. They can't actually handle ray tracing. So their solution to that was just dump a ton of RAM at them, and it works. It actually it's not. They're not wrong. It makes it actually be able to ray trace. Right.
Kyle, what kind of card do you have in your computer?
Makes sense.
This is my 3060 Ti.
Oh wow, I'm still using a GTX 1080. I'm not lying. That's why
I've never had a 1080. I have my 1050 on top of that computer, not plugged in. It's like it still works.
I ain't gonna lie, 3060 is night and day. I would never go back to 1050. Oh no. Oh no.
Do you know my 1050 Ti?
It runs.
It's not bad. Like I can run modern titles, maybe not well, but they still run.
It do.
You know?
I can run all the new games on my GTX 1080, and it's like having PS4 graphics, which is fine with me because I have it hooked up to my 70-inch 4K. I'm not like a hardcore like PC user. I mean, I use the computer all the time, but I don't have like a gaming.
You have a 1080. The 1080 was like just the best possible.
Yeah. I'll say it's pretty
powerful. So good that NVIDIA could not sell the 20 series cards.
Are you
because their
serious?
1080 was so
they
much
were
power.
to sell those 20 series because everybody didn't want it. They were
The
just
1080 had so much power, was much cheaper, literally would run every single AAA game that came out then flawlessly. It was amazing.
The latest game I ran, because I haven't had time to use a gaming PC, was Resident Evil Village. And dude, it looked like PS4 quarter graphics. Like I was really happy with it. I'm like, it looks beautiful. It's fine with me. You know?
Fine, good enough. And I will say,
1080 is an amazing card.
Yes.
It really is.
It is. And I can say I haven't been disappointed with my card so far. My Windows Mixed Reality works wonderful. Okay.
It works so much better than it did with that 1050, doesn't it?
Yo, the 1050, you should have met. I was pop, locking, dropping. They were moving like this.
Hey, I've used the Valve Index with the 1050 Ti. I know how it is.
It's rough. It's rough. You got certain titles you can use, but you're right. All the good quality games, you're gonna start choking. You're gonna start chugging. And when you get a 36, you're right. It's night and day. But I've used the Quest 2, and I can say you're right about. I want to kind of talk back on this because this is something you brought up that I thought was a good thing to bring up with the fad subject. Because when my wife first bought me the Quest 2, I was on it every night. You couldn't pull me off of it. And I haven't been using it as much recently. My biggest benefit I seen to it was YouTube, because I could sit here and lay in my bed and I could watch a 90-inch TV while I'm laying down of whatever I want to watch. That was the biggest benefit. Do you see any other benefits of VR?
Okay, so the easiest way to pirate a VR game is not PC. It is significantly easier to pirate VR on the Quest.
Preach. I want to drop a bomb for you.
We don't condone that here, as we always say. You know, that's such a bad thing to do. You totally shouldn't do it. I've never done that. Nick, hit me up
Neither have
later if you
I.
want some APK files. Uh,
I don't know what
it's so easy to do.
FFAIO is. I have no idea, but you're right. Yeah,
It is so easy to do though. Like pirating a Windows game, you always have that fear of viruses. Is your Quest 2. You got a virus on it. Oh no, they're mining cryptocurrencies on an ARM-based processor that might get them a Bitcoin in like maybe a million years, possibly. Probably not though. Oh no, they got your rare game files. Where on your computer you actually have important stuff. But like not just that, it's so much easier. You don't have to deal with DRM or anything because that's just not implemented. Because people think it's hard to pirate an APK file. No. Plug your Quest into your computer, turn on developer mode, and then you go into command prompt and you type adb install piratedgame.apk and it's done.
Hey, and you know what, Kyle? I'm gonna just go even deeper, man. It's even easier that you can get side quest. Side
quest doesn't work with pirated game.
It does. Well, hey, if you get FFAIO, okay, I ain't gonna say too much. Okay, somebody.
Yeah. No, that's.
I was like, what the hell?
Talk about that.
What the? And you're right. So I have to agree with you.
Downloads the games, installs them for you.
You don't do anything.
It's a one-stop shop. There's no DMCA because it's just not monitored.
Hold on. Guys, hold on. To the person that says this is boring, you missed the live stream in the beginning when we were talking about GTA 6. So you have to go all the way back.
Yeah, just get back.
He way back.
got derailed. Okay, listen.
But we talked about GTA 6 for like an hour. We did.
Yeah.
We covered everything. The same guy, like he mentioned, it's not the Uber guy.
We went into when it came out. Yeah. Like geez.
We did. We get it. He said there's new info. We covered the new info.
Figured it's impossible that it's the same person who got Uber. Because that's just so stupid.
It's not the same dude. Okay. We been through.
You gotta post Red Ghost comment. Nick, you gotta post Red Ghost comment.
Yo, which
Red Ghost? yeah, the latest one.
Yeah.
With the so true. But I totally think this is me with VR. I have a feeling that it's either going to go one or two ways. Either Facebook is going to fail. They diverted a majority of their funds to VR. They still can pull out and they still, it's business, right? But I just feel as though VR is one step away from mainstream. And I understand what you say about the comfortability because I agree. Motion sickness, big deal. You can't use it outside. You got cameras. The sun will just eat those cameras alive. It's a lot of different things. So I agree with you on a lot of that. But I feel like VR mainstream is right around the corner. We need another Half-Life Alyx title or something major.
No, but that's the issue, is that we can't put those on the Quest. The Quest is not powerful enough for that. Because it is so cheap. It's an Android it's just an Android device. It cannot run something even close to Half-Life 2 graphics or Half-Life 2. It cannot run. It can totally run Half-Life 2. It cannot run anything close to Half-Life Alyx. It's just not a thing.
That's facts. I'm with you on that. And I've seen it myself. I've actually run some games directly from the Quest, and you play games from your PC. I admit, you can tell the difference. I mean, immediately the games you play from the PC everything from gameplay to quality, graphics, everything is better. But I will say Facebook does have no wires. I play Facebook Horizon World more than I played anything else. And that's not an actual game. That's just being around other people. So is it possible that maybe VR could survive more without games?
Just got a super sticker from Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus. We dropping a bomb for my man Magnus. Thank you. Magnus always be open. Which, by the way, Magnus, kudos, man.
Now I got a question for you, Nick. Will you get a PS4 VR for your hacked PS4?
What'd you say? It broke up a little bit.
Will you get a PS4 headset for your hacked PS4? They're super cheap. You get them for like maybe $100, $120.
I heard it. I haven't got one yet, but I am gonna get one. I might as well. I mean, why not? I got everything.
Oh, do it. See how nice they are to use, and then go back to your Oculus Quest and be like, wow, somehow these graphics are better, and it's on a much cheaper device.
Yo, one thing I will say, Oculus Quest has a lot of things that it does help with motion sickness. That 120 hertz is a big deal. And they also have, a lot of games just don't give you the options to be able to do like click snapping to where you're not moving. You can now click. They have a lot of options to help with motion sickness. So I will say, you're right. For the majority of people coming into VR, you're pretty much going to jump right into Meta. That's probably the Quest is the best thing you can go.
Facebook,
but this next headset, Kyle, the next headset that Quest bring up, have you heard about their new headset? Let's talk. Have you heard about it?
I've seen leaks. They're not.
Okay.
I don't see them being able to do what they're showing.
Hey, it's saying, man, if I was to close my eyes, the character closes his eyes. If I was to smile,
oh yeah, no, that's
character
easy.
Smiles. Every
yeah, sure, that's easy. That's easy. They could totally.
How would you know if the character closes his eyes? If you close your eyes, you don't know that.
Yo, and this thing, because I've seen them kind of doing it, so it would be more of, because in VR, a big thing right now is you want to express more, you want to feel more human-like in there. So people, if I was to look and someone tells a joke, and I go, or if let's give you a prime example, comedy club, I'm doing stand-up. How am I able to tell if those jokes are hitting? You know what I mean? Now I can actually look at faces and see smiles and see laughter. Does that take the next step for us, Kyle? Or do you think that's just another feature that you're just, blah, blah, blah?
I don't think it's going to get implemented in very many things.
Okay.
Right? It will probably get implemented in Oculus's, or sorry, Meta's. Gotta do the air quotes there. Their stupid freaking metaverse application. What was it? Horizons World or whatever it is. It's so stupid. Nobody likes it. Like, and then we have VR chat where everybody loves it. It's perfect. It's not perfect at all. It's actually getting so much worse as time goes on. They're like blocking modding now. Anyways.
Yo, that is crazy. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because I heard that too. I heard that VR chat was very popular for people bringing in modding. So they want to bring in their own images, their own pictures, their own skins, their own, a lot of modding. They blocked modding. Do you think it's going to hurt VR? Because, I mean, VR chat is a big title for Quest.
Look at VR chat's review. Okay. Formerly an overwhelmingly positive game. The day they added EAC, the day they announced adding EAC, overwhelmingly negative.
Yeah, that says it. That
Nick,
lets you know how people feel.
Do you remember on the PS3, like you can like go to the lobbies? I don't know if you ever had a PS3 and actually went online with it back in the day when it first came out. Like you get to go into these chat rooms and talk to people and stuff. Do you remember that?
You're going early days. I do slightly remember that.
It reminds me of the Meta headset, like a kind of like weirdish graphical interface. It's like they copied their layout.
Okay.
You see a resemblance now?
I do. I can see that. And I'm like you said, why not? I got a PlayStation 4. It's modded. It's over there, and I haven't touched it recently, by the way, even though all the stuff that's been coming out, I just been too busy. But I will say, with VR, I still put on my Quest from time to time. Okay, I still like to get in there, but I'm not big on playing games. I will say I kind of agree with Kyle. The game side is more like a fad to me. I haven't found one game yet to hold my attention. Not one. Literally.
Let me ask you a question about the games. Are there any mature games, like let's say shooter games or like a fighting game, or is it just like
there's Pavlov, which is the closest you're gonna get to that. But like it's not available for the Quest because it's too hard to run. It's kind of in beta, but it just doesn't work properly. It's not there.
And Pavlov
right, that's the thing. All these actual things that people might be interested in, they're forced to the PC gaming industry.
See, now that's why I got the PS4 VR, because first the system's hacked to get the games for free, And there's a lot of cool adult games, like there's the Walking Dead, you kill zombies and stuff. Those are the types of games that I want to do for the VR. I want to do the adult games, the fighting, the shooting, not Angry Birds.
PlayStation 4 is not so there is Call of Duty. That Call of Duty game you're referring to, that is also available on the Quest.
Okay.
The PS4 does not have enough power either to properly run VR. It does not have enough power to run two screens. I mean, render a 3D world, except twice, so they actually looks 3D. It just doesn't have that power, right? It's the same issue with the Oculus Quest. They cannot run these big AAA games in VR.
They can't. We're not at that point yet.
Stupid expensive to get into that high quality graphics that you're expecting. It's just stupid expensive. You need to have your 3090 Ti, two of them in SLI. You need your Threadripper CPU, and like if you can afford that, you're not going to be using a PlayStation VR headset. You'd be using the Valve Index because
and that's like you spot on, nailed it. You're right.
It's so expensive. It is not worth getting into right now, right? Unless you really want to, it's not worth it. I'm sorry.
Because here's the deal. You might spend all that money and invest in dead technology. You could spend, hundreds and thousands of dollars and say, hey, this gaming rig cost me $20,000, but then 5 years later, oh wait,
it's now just like 500 and it's garbage, right?
Yeah.
Technology evolves so quickly.
It does.
And when technology evolves, so does the video games and like all the other stuff. Right, so you evolve your technology. Let's say the Oculus Quest 3 can run Half-Life Alyx perfectly, which won't ever happen, but because Valve won't get that. That's nothing. That's not even like Facebook's fault. It's just Valve would not put it out on the Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it could, then we have Half-Life 3 finally come out, or like Half-Life 4, and it's also a VR exclusive. And like it also cannot run on something that is low tier, right? You cannot run that on a PS5. You need your 5090 Ti. But this time you need 8 of them in SLI to run it instead of just 2 3090s. You need 8 5090s.
Now here's the deal. Going to what MGR was saying, there's porn, LOL. When I was looking into getting the PS4 VR headset, I want to look up specs and get information. This is my first VR headset, and it was just flooded with that. Oh, you can run your internet browser and look at porn and this, that, and the other, and that's all I saw looking
like,
reviews
why?
up. No, I'm saying I wasn't looking for that.
No, I understand.
Hold on, Kyle. Let me speak on that behalf because I'm someone that got experience. If you want to talk about VR porn, let me be the man to tell you there is a difference between VR porn and the regular porn you watch on that computer screen. Okay, I'm going to tell you. It's a difference between VR porn and the porn you watch. I'm going to tell you the difference right now. When you watch VR porn,
not worth spending hundreds of dollars on.
Hey, so some people this might, Kyle, so I need to get this information out.
Yeah, but if it is for those some people, then they'd also be buying not the Oculus Quest and not the PlayStation VR.
Yeah, you got a point. They might just get a Windows Mixed Reality headset.
Right, like if you are willing to pay for that, you're willing to pay that much for that and just that alone, you're probably willing to pay a lot more. And like in which case you wouldn't be getting the PlayStation VR.
Magnus got a point. Magnus said they'll buy a doll too, and he right. You got money. Them dolls expensive. You know what I mean? You can just go and buy. You got a point. Okay, I might be out of touch. But the way I've seen, from VR puts you in the place of the man. So if you were to actually watch a VR porn and you turn left or right, you actually don't see behind you. You only see the scene. And you're the guy. So I'm sure there's some guy in the scene with some like 3D helmet or something that's just recording everything. But the point is you're actually in the scene. So if a woman's 5'7",
like a first person view.
Yeah, it is different. Now for me, I'm old school. You can give me a book. Okay. That works for me, all right. But I'm just to paint a picture, there is difference in the VR porn industry is somehow growing. It's growing. It's getting bigger. I
No,
don't
but
know.
here's the deal. If they had the first person view, how come they don't do this with television series and movies? That'd be pretty cool.
It's
And you
sickening.
know what?
It's motion sickening. You just
Yeah,
cannot look at a screen
he's right.
of somebody else moving for you.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. That's why they do jump cuts instead of like it's just like slowly moving and shaky camera. It's like watching Blair Witch.
Yeah, he's right.
Disgusting, sickening, vomit-inducing versus watching and literally anything else.
Now, the
Right.
Blair Witch Project, without derailing the subject, I remember watching that when it came out on VHS tape. That's how fucking old we are. I remember I saw that. And that movie, I didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I'm like, this thing is fucking a train wreck. Yeah.
It's just a sickening mess. Like
It is.
just that's the issue with first person things. It's the same issue that is with Blair Witch. You just can't film something in first person and expect it to be good unless it's a static shot.
Yes.
Right?
He's right. He's right on that because I think the movie Hardcore Henry, I think it was, or one of those, actually did a good job. But I played Roller Coaster Tycoon on my Quest, and I can tell you, if you want to throw up very quickly, just cut it on. Just cut on Roller Coaster Tycoon. You know what I mean? You're gonna throw up within 5 minutes. Now, me, as soon as I start going, and it was like, I said, "Oh, cut this shit off." Like it's not even. You don't even play around. Like you instantly, your mind says, "Why am I moving?" And you think you're moving, but your physical body knows it's not moving, and you instantly get sick. It's just weird.
I can't do, like an amusement park, I can't do spinning rides. I can do every ride in the park, but like the spinning circle rides, guaranteed 100% I will throw up.
No, and I can go even further. When we went to PopCon in Indianapolis, both of my brothers have never used VR headsets. Both of them got dizziness. Both of them. First time. And they were using it was a first-person shooter game. And guess when it happened? When they started running. Never happened, but the moment they started running, they got it because their mind's like, you're not really moving. But you see yourself and feel yourself moving, so it's just an instant.
It fucks up your circuitry in your brain.
It does. It does. So I agree with Kyle.
Yeah, it's just because you're just too stupid to comprehend it. And this
right.
isn't me saying that.
You're
This
literally
isn't
right.
a generic issue with all humans. All humans are just too stupid to comprehend the fact
You're so telling the
that
truth. We're just too stupid.
you are looking at you see that you're moving, but you're not physically moving. We're just too stupid to know. And like nobody's immune to that. I'm not saying
It's
I'm
so
less
sad
stupid
that
than
you
you.
say it like that, but it's so true. Our brains just don't realize.
Like what's so fucked up with the PS4 VR, right? I was thinking about buying motion sickness pills so I can continue to use the headset. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's that bad.
I would say it gets better for me. One, that I started playing a lot of games, I did get motion sickness. I realized the more I played, the less I get it. I really don't have it at all now. But it is something that you will have to get used to. So I see when everyone says first time VR players, you're going to experience motion sickness. It's almost like riding a motorcycle. You know, they say you're going to fall off. Just expect to get motion sickness. Take it off, give yourself a little break, and then come back. Simple as that. And look, John, we can still got people to GTA 6 sleek.
It is 100% real. And some people don't think it is, but like it 100% is. Nobody will have.
Here's the deal. Look how long it took them to make GTA 6. We had GTA 5 since 2013. I remember pirating that on the PS3. I remember that. I went to Redbox and I dumped the game. I mean, how old is this fucking game? Look, when the PS6 comes out and the Xbox XYZ X1 beta build comes out, they're going to have fucking GTA 5 on there. Guarantee it.
So, and just for John, appreciate you tuning in, man. We've confirmed it is real. My man Kyle here is even broken down some of the things you're looking at, specifically with drivers. I'm glad you mentioned that, Kyle, because I didn't even think of that. Like, you're right. If you're looking at
the Windows version and the driver version, which confirms that it has to be post November of 2021.
I like that. I didn't even think of that. So, you know, my thought was the moment it was posted, it was old. I didn't think, I don't think someone goes, hey, let me go into Rockstar servers here, everybody, the same day. I just don't think it works like that. If someone has a hack or a leak into something, who knows how long they have it or if they still have it. Okay. It might still be there for the taking. So I'm glad that you broke that down. But yes, we confirmed it is real, 120%, and you had to go through hell and high water to fake it. So we at least agreed to that. Now, Windows 10 Ultimate Hacked Edition was a
pull Christopher in here. You know, he's been asking for the whole podcast.
He has, man. You know, he's been waiting to come in, man. So we're gonna let Big Boss Man Chris come in, and we're gonna go ahead and let Boss Man get a shot. Boss Man, what is up?
What's going on, my manager?
Yo, is your mic working? Your mic working. Okay, I was about to say, man, is your mic working? You know, last time your mic wasn't working. You good today, man? How you doing today? How you doing? You ain't gonna get in trouble for watching us tonight, are you?
How you guys been?
Man, we've been
doing good. How are you doing, Chris?
Yeah,
I said, how are you doing, Chris?
Birthday.
Oh, awesome. Happy birthday, buddy.
I'm great. Saturday gonna be my birthday.
Dang, Saturday. So hold on. Next Saturday is your birthday?
Or like last Saturday.
No, I think he said next week because I did see something in the chat that he posted. I think it's next week.
Ah, okay. So next week. Okay, so next week your birthday. So DJ C Money, what you got planned for your birthday? Now, for those who don't know, I can tell you this man had a birthday party that none of us will ever have. I was jealous at the birthday party. I
know. I was jealous too when Nick told a story about it.
Oh my God. My dad had to walk out. My dad walked in there and walked out. He said, I can't do this. I can't. It was wild. Wild party, man. My dad walked in and walked out. Okay. He said, oh, shit. I'm trying to get to today.
What's going on, Chris?
How you been, buddy?
I've been good. I got COVID, so it's not great. I've really been stretching my voice out here.
Damn. So hold on, Kai. How long have you had COVID?
Yesterday was when I started showing symptoms.
I've been through it, man. I've been there, done that. Okay, I can tell you. You young, you probably gonna get through it like nothing.
I think Nick had it 2 times or something.
I had it twice.
Look, we've been there. So we right with you, man. COVID is all over hell. Shit, you gonna get it. Just go ahead and fight through.
I had it twice. What the fuck wrong?
See, twice, right there.
Yeah, this is my first time getting it, but I am fully vaccinated, so it's not that bad.
So you fully vaccinated. Now, my Teenage Mutant Ninja Cowabunga collection. So toy on PS4. Ooh, stop, Magnus. You about to make me Magnus, you about to make me go start doing some downloading. Okay. You know I ain't supposed to be downloading.
I downloaded that a couple of days ago. Haven't installed it yet.
What's up, man? What's up, man? Here. What's up, man? I got you. What's up, DJ C Money?
I think your dad never went my.
You think my dad what? Oh, he forgot. No, my dad ain't forgot that part. You talking about that party you had? Oh, he did.
No, I'm talking about
he did.
The shirt.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that too, man. Which, speaking of, Joe, yours is still in printing. You're gonna be, awesome. I guess you're gonna be like Joshua, Drake, and Magnus. Yo, that joint sat in printing for like 2 weeks.
You know why? JJ's on the press. That's why.
Yeah, and it could be. I don't know their whole, it comes from Canva. But yes, you see the shirt is awesome. I got it on right now. Yo, this is fresh out the laundry, wrinkled up. Like it was wrinkled. And I put it on and the material was so nice. I can't lie. And the material on these shirts is nice. So Kyle, we're going to have to get you. Kyle, you need to go ahead. Let me know, man. I'm sending the shirts out.
Nick, yeah, I got to get one of those.
When I get that shirt, I'm going to wear it every time on
Hey, bro.
Yeah, that's my dog. Yes.
Yo.
And like I said, it just take time for the printing process. I don't know why. Like you said, it's
What's
probably
up, Chris?
maybe. So it's one of those things. But it shows printing still. So eventually it'll say shipped. And when it says shipped, you get it in literally like 1 or 2 days. So
I would be wearing it every Sunday. People are going to be like, "What's Nick Moses 05?" I'm like, you need to fucking tune your ass in. Nick
I
Moses
tune into
05.
the shit. You know what I mean? Yo, and also, man, I know we coming towards, and I went way over time.
Yeah.
Y'all know I don't be up at no 10 o'clock at night doing the podcast. Like I'm lit. I'm still drinking. Okay, but I know my wife probably out there like, what the hell? What's up, DJ C Money, man? You got it, man. You got the floor. What's up?
I'm sorry to interrupt. Hey,
Woo,
bro. Is it a way that under a flyer under because I really go out.
Well, yeah, the restaurant's doing really good. I had one problem. The exhaust hood broke. I've been trying. But yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I've been trying to fix it for 3 days. The bolt's stripped out. I've been trying to cut it, bang it out, and everything. The restaurant's doing good. So yeah, you and Nick and Chelsea need to come down to Dante.
There you go.
I can't understand. I can't bring it up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said you and Nick and Chelsea and the fam need to come down to Dante's again. You know?
We can come to Dante's, man. Yo, Chris, next time we go, man, I'm gonna just snatch you up. I'm gonna be like, man, come on, let's go to Dante's real quick. We'll kick it for like 2 days out there in Phoenixville, you know, just chill. I gotta go to Rockford still, man. I gotta get up with Eric. Okay, I know I'm supposed to go to Rockford. With Eric, I got some other places to go. I want to go to North Carolina too. There's some people in North Carolina, East Coast. I got Joe. When I see you, I'm gonna see Seth out there. Some other people. So I got some couple places to travel. I'm gonna come out. You know what? I'm gonna go to Kyle. Kyle, I got my passport. Hell, let's go to Kyle.
All right. Let's do it.
I got my passport. It ain't nothing.
And if Shane is watching this, I'm being serious. Hold you up in my house. If you want to stay in the USA for like a week or something, you're more than welcome to stay at my place. I've been meaning to PM you, just been forgetting.
There you go, man. You see what I'm saying? You in there? We get you in, Kyle. We be. I told you, I got my passport. I knew I was good.
I do have a lot of friends in the US that can probably find a place.
Nice. So, gentlemen, as everyone, any last words y'all got before you're out?
I think Chris has something to say.
Okay.
Who got it? Anybody take the floor. You can
like and subscribe to Nick Moses on the Facebook and YouTube.
Buy one of these shirts. They're amazing. Look at the material. Absolutely perfect.
Yes, I'm gonna put a link. And Kyle, seriously, I need your information to get that out. But other than that, Chris, any last words you got, man? What's up?
Right.
What you gonna say, man? DJ C Money? DJ C Money?
First of all, I'm the driver. We were talking about Snap today. All
right, cool.
Finally.
Saturday, your birthday.
Finally.
All right.
Next Saturday. Yeah.
Yo, you breaking up. He going off over there. I feel like you going off, man.
Nick, you need to get him a new camera. At the Nick Moses has it.
He's snapping, man.
I think Chris is skimming the money off the channel.
Big boss skimming, man. Why you doing that, boss man? You wild, man. Yo, and as always, man, I love having you out here. Yo, Magnus, thank you for the donation again, man. I always got to say that, Magnus. Man, love having you around, man. You're a big help to the Mo family. You know, anybody I'm leaving out to. I seen Kinder Danik. I had new people come in. I shout out everybody, man.
There's plenty of new people that came into the chat.
Yeah, plenty of new people. A lot of new people today. Any last words? Anybody think? Anybody got anything else?
Tune in next week for the next Nick Mozo 5 podcast. You can check out me, Nick, Dead Specimen, Kyle, Manager Chris if he doesn't cut our budget again.
No, right? Yo, and as always, man, it's a pleasure having y'all, man. I'm glad that we were able to get everybody to kind of break things down for everybody. So if they were late, they got to tune back in for the Grand Theft Auto stuff. We ain't about to. What's up, Chris? You got it.
Madness, my foot. Madness.
What's up? He in the background. He in the cut.
Madness. Nick. Wow. I'm about to say.
Look, he said Wednesday, Dead and Kyle, house a show. Yo, host a show. No lie. Kyle, I need to get your email. I think I got Joe's. But I want to add you guys in as co-host. Okay.
Now, how does that exactly work?
And I'm not 100% sure either, to be honest.
Okay.
I know
I
when
guess we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna figure it out. When I give you co-host rights, I believe you could log in. I know that any streams that are on, you can change things. I know you can change any settings, bring people out, bring people in. I believe you have all the same rights I do. I believe
Should make it so that we can like force ourselves onto the conversation. Be like, no, you're wrong.
you
Shut up,
literally
Dead
can.
Specimen.
At that
So
point,
wrong.
you can come on and be like, Nick, what the hell? I am not gonna sit here and let you embarrass yourself with that dumbass answer. Yes, you could. You could totally come on and do that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get your emails. I want to add you guys because every time that dropped, it's nice to have you guys there. You guys can continue the show. You know,
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely. That, especially what happened.
Yeah, you
tonight,
aren't even
that
needed
really
here
good.
anymore, Nick.
Yeah, I didn't, and you guys could have went through the captions. I got all the titles, subjects, pictures. So literally, you guys could have just did that.
Hold on 1 second, Nick. I just PM'd you my email address to your personal account. Okay.
Got it. Chris, what up? I heard you say something, man. All right, I got it, Joe.
Okay.
You and I gotta add Kyle.
I gotta go. My
Then go ahead, man. Hey, and I'm out. I know it's been a late show. We all been here late. So, yo, appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm going to send those invites tonight, so then everybody can just get set up. I think I got like 4 members I could make of a team, so I'm just gonna add you guys as members. You know what I mean? That's a team. So, then other than that, I appreciate y'all. Yo, we out. Holla, holla. We out.